Welcome to Pat Bale Field in Alameda as the Crawdads face the Alameda Merchants for the second game of this three-game series. Merchants took game one yesterday at Chabot College. All three games in the series will be at different venues as the Crawdads will have their official home opener tomorrow at Monte Vista. But the Merchants got the better of the Crawdads yesterday, winning 9-3, scoring a lot in the later innings to add to their substantial lead and eventually go on to win. So the Crawdads looking for their first CCL win of the year. Merchants 3-0 on the year, and the Crawdads 0-1.
Indeed, a little bit of a lineup shakeup today as well from the Crawdads, trying to see if they can get something going. The Bats, even though they had, 9 hits, I believe, yesterday, the runs were not easy to come by, all things considered. The pitching also had its struggles, so very big shakeup today for the Crawdads, trying to get a win here early going in 2025.
Set here for the top of the first inning. Trey Johnson will lead things off for Walnut Creek. He went 1 for 4 yesterday with a single. Had a home run in the exhibition game against the Honors. The lefty hitter will dig in first against Armando Murillo, the starter for the Merchants. Murillo, a man from West Valley College, trying to make his mark here for the Merchants, but we're almost set to go. Trey Johnson, the lefty hitter, digs in first here in the top of the first inning. Almost set for baseball here at Pat Bale Field in Alameda. Murillo, the righty, waits for the signal from the home plate umpire, David Lee. Here's the first pitch. Johnson takes a low changeup for ball one. Johnson, a native of Berkeley, not far from here. Played at Skyline College his freshman season. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. And a pitch low in the zone. Brings the count even to 1-1. Crawdads 0-1 on the year, looking for their first win here in this three-game series against Alameda. Armando checks in, puts the glove in, and deals. Swing and a miss again. Another pitch low in the zone as Johnson waves at a low fastball. It's 1-2. Johnson playing center field today, leading off for the first time this season. Here's the 1-2 from Murillo. Low off-speed pitch taken for a ball. It's 2-2. Dylan Hillman on deck for the Crawdads and playing shortstop. Count even in 2-2. Murillo waves off a sign, now accepts one. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Ball hit very high in the infield over toward the second base side. Smallwood puts the glove on it for the pop out. There's out number 1. So here's Dylan Hillman. Did not get the start yesterday, but will play shortstop and hitting the 2-hole for Walnut Creek today. One of the best JUCO freshmen in California. Had a really good breakout year at College of San Mateo. Play at UC Irvine next year. Here's the first offering. Takes a fastball right down the middle for called strike 1. Hillman had 1 hit in the exhibition series. 1 for 8 overall. Murillo winds and deals. Curveball outside taken for a ball. Count even to 1-1. Hillman is a Head First Academy alum. A lot of experience playing here in NorCal. The 1-1 pitch, fouled over the screen, straight back. Brings the count to 1-2. Hillman hit .426 in his freshman season in 2025 at San Mateo. Earned him the recognition from UC Irvine. Will transfer there next season. The 1-2 pitch. Change up a little low, taken for a ball, 2-2. 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Scoreless between the Crawdads and the Merchants. Alameda trying to increase their perfect record even more. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got Hillman swinging on the fastball, and Armando has his first strikeout of the afternoon.
Yeah, nice heat there from Murillo. Hillman just can't catch up to it. Even in a patient at-bat there, caught whacking.
So that brings up the lefty hitter, Casey Levitt-McGee. 6 lefty hitters in the lineup today for the Crawdads. Levitt-McGee is one of them. Facing Murillo here for the first time. The righty kicks and deals. Pitch in the dirt, bounces in front of home plate for a ball. Levitt McGee had a hit yesterday. It was a single, also stole a base. Went 1 for 3 overall. Here comes the 1-0 pitch from Maria. Low slider in the dirt, taken for a ball, 2-0. Levitt McGee committed to Cal State Bakersfield for next season. Got a lot of praise from the head coach Jordan Banfield in an interview over the offseason. Excited to bring in Levitt McGee. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Takes inside, 3-0. Off speed, in on the knees on Levitt McGee. If he can get aboard, Leininger would be next.
He's so hard to pitch to because he's got great bat speed. He moves his hands really well. You have to be careful.
The 3-0. Takes a strike fastball down the middle. Good get-me-over pitch there for Murillo. And it's 3-1. Leininger would be next. He had 3 hits yesterday. It's a big bright spot for the Crawdads and an overall tough game for Walnut Creek. Here comes the 3-1 with 2 outs. Murillo deals. Swing and a miss. Gets a piece of it, though, the umpire says, so that brings the count full. Full count on Casey Levitt McGee. Second year in the CCL for him. He's obviously with the Alameda Merchants last year, so facing a familiar foe. Murillo. Umpire calls for his time. Offers a new baseball to Murillo. Maybe giving him a little bit of a checking point on his set. Maybe not super clear to the batter. So just some communication there between home plate umpire David Lee and the pitcher Murillo. Otherwise, it's full count here with 2 outs. Payoff coming to Casey Levitt McGee, the lefty. And he hits one down the first base line, foul. Count still full.
Very good at bat here from Levitt McGee, working Murillo's pitch count up. Continues to battle. He's got such good contact ability. Be great for him to get on here.
Payoff coming again. Pitch in the dirt, ball 4. Tried for the slider to nip the bottom of the zone, but it's a ball. And so the Crawdads have their first base runner of the afternoon, a walk to Casey Levitt McGee.
Such a very disciplined guy, Casey.
Good to see him get aboard. Yet the Crawdads an early base runner. Here's Riley Leininger, third baseman, batting from the left side with 1 man on. The Oklahoma man waits as Levitt McGee takes a large lead. Pitch in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Leininger had a phenomenal game yesterday. 2 singles and a double. Also stole a base. Went 3 for 4 overall. Comes the 0-1 home from Murillo from the stretch as he hits one straight to first and right on the line to Gomez, who steps on first for the ground out. And that'll end the inning. Crawdads leave 1 on after 1 walk. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Welcome back to Pat Bale Field. Scoreless here in the bottom of the first inning as the Alameda Merchants set to take their first hacks of the afternoon. They're undefeated, 3-0. A couple of good wins heading into yesterday. Took down the Crawdads 9-3 to move to 3-0. And they'll face George Zaharias, who's on the mound for Walnut Creek. The righty, 6'3", 210 pounds. Be a rising redshirt sophomore. Spent 2024 with the Texas Longhorns. Did not play in 2025 at any program. So he'll look for some enhanced reps here in the offseason. Playing here in the CCL, his first year with the Crawdads. Facing off against the top of the Merchant order, starting with Dominic Nahar. The first three hitters for the Merchants, all outfielders. So some good hitters in the outfield for the Merchants. Nahar digs in. Righty hitter went 3 for 5 yesterday, a phenomenal game for him. Stole a couple of bases as well. Hitting .444 on the season through 3 games. Small sample size, but he's been good. Righty on righty matchup. Here's the first pitch from Zaharias. Fastball right down the middle for a strike. Nahar, first year with the Merchants, second in the CCL. Really good at Cal State East Bay his freshman year. Here's the 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Another fastball down the middle for strike 2. Zaharias, mentioned, played at Texas his 2024 season. Only in scrimmages, did not get any action during the season. Here's the 0-2 to Nahar. Loops one out to shallow right. Jenkins is there, puts the glove on it for out number 1. So a quick first out for Zaharias. Saw some struggles from the Crawdads starting pitcher yesterday, Brady Wilson. So Zaharias will definitely try to get into a groove as the lefty hitter Ben Ryland will dig in. He went 0 for 3 yesterday with 3 strikeouts. Got aboard once with a walk. Lefty hitter digs in. Zaharias waits for the sign. Now from the windup, he deals. High fastball taken for a ball. It's 1-0. Ryland did not play his freshman year either. He'll be at Oklahoma State this coming season. Has experience playing with the U.S. national team. 1-0 pitch taken inside, 2-0. Really hear the speed on that pitch.
Yeah, he throws up to 92 miles an hour on the fastball. Usually sits in the high 80s as well.
Quick 2-0 on Ryland. Zaharias from the windup. Fastball outside, 3-0 to the left fielder, Ryland. From Villa Park, California, played his high school ball at Orange Lutheran High School. 4 seasons of varsity baseball there. Here comes the 3-0. Taken inside, nowhere close, so it's a 4-pitch walk to Ben Ryland. And there's the first base runner of the game for Alameda. Saw them get a lot of early base runners last night. It translated to runs. Same couldn't be said for Walnut Creek. That was the difference yesterday in a 9-3 win for the Merchants. As Cy Turner, the right fielder, digs in, also batting lefty. 3, 4, and 5 hitters. All righties for Alameda. He takes a called strike. A lot of lefties across the board here in this ball game for both teams on the hitting side. Don't always see that. 0-1 on him. Nahar on first. Low breaking ball taken for a strike. A quick 0-2. Good job there to locate around the knees from Zaharias.
First breaking ball we've really seen from Zaharias there, and it looked really nice. Plays well off of that fastball.
Quick 0-2 on him with 1 out. Runner goes. No throw from Clisby. So a stolen base for Ben Ryland. And Clisby, the catcher, will quickly visit with his pitcher, Zaharias. Pitch was taken for a strike, so a 1-2 count on Cy Turner. Playing right field today. Didn't get the start yesterday, but he's in the lineup, hitting early for the Merchants. Runner on second, 1 out, 1-2 count on Cy Turner. Angelo Luna would be next. Zaharias from the stretch, peeks at second, now fires. And that one drilled to right field, shallow. And Esquivel can't make up the grab. The second baseman was chugging back, thought he had the catch, but he drops it. The runner from second does not advance, but allows Cy Turner to get into first safely.
Wow, that crucial E4 on a great pitch from Zaharias that had so much velocity on it. I thought it was going to break the bat based on how far in on the barrel it hit.
You could really hear the pop out of that one. I'll bring up Angelo Luna, the designated hitter. Went 1 for 3 yesterday with a single. But 2 men on and 1 out. It's the first offering to him as he pops one high in foul grounds on the left side. The third baseman Leininger loses it in the sun. Well, instead of another potentially easy out, it's a harmless foul ball.
Sun's definitely gotten intense here, Casey, so that's probably to blame for that one at least, but crucial fielding errors early for the Crawdads, who've been really good on defense yesterday and in the exhibition games.
Early start time today, 12:30, opposed to the 4 o'clock start times the Crawdads have been used to. The 0-1 on Luna. Zaharias waits, glove belt high, now steps forward for the pitch. Swing and a miss. Went back to the heater. Gets the wave from Luna, and it's 0-2. Luna's first year with the Merchants. He's committed to St. Edward's University for next season, D2 program. 2 men on, 1 out, the 0-2. That one chopped to second. Esquivel ranging, can't make the grab. Ball gets into right field. Runner chugging for home, that's Ryland. And Turner gets into third. It's 1-0 Merchants on the RBI single from Angelo Luna. A quick start for Alameda, and they wanted that after a late surge last night, continuing that here into today. Angelo Luna puts runners on the corners with only 1 out, and it's 1-0 Alameda. That brings up Fabian Gomez, another lefty in this order, playing first base today against the righty Zaharias. Runners on the corners, 1 out. The first offering. High fastball taken for a ball. It's 1-0. Gomez, an incoming freshman at UC Santa Barbara. Good baseball program down there in Southern California. Zaharias fires in the 1-0. And taken strike, fastball around belt high level. It's 1-1. Gomez went 1 for 2 yesterday with a single at Clayton Valley Charter High School. The 1-1 pitch. That one hit softly foul toward third base. It'll be 1-2. 1 out here in a 1-0 ball game. Merchants with the early lead, trying to preserve their perfect record thus far. Arias steps off for a moment, now collects himself back on the mound. Tucks his glove and readies up. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. A late swing got him to go on the high fastball. And there's out number 2.
Fastballs looked really, really nice for George Zaharias, Casey. I like what I'm seeing, all things considered. A couple of tough breaks on defense to allow these base runners. But right now, for a guy who hasn't played any collegiate baseball to this point, he looks good.
He's known for his fastball. That's what we're hearing. As Jace Jeremiah steps in, the righty hitter playing shortstop today. Runners on the corners and 2 outs. First offering a high fastball around chin level, taken for a ball. It's 1-0. Jeremiah, not a bad ball game yesterday. 2 for 3, a pair of sac flies, and a double and a single to his tally. The 1-0 coming home from Zaharias. Swing foul, back over the press box. Brings the count to 1-1. Luna on first, Turner on third. The E4 allowed Turner to get aboard. What has been a pretty good inning so far here for the Merchants. The 1-1 home. Look out. Fastball almost clipped him in the face. He turns away and gets out of the pitches line. Brings the count to 2-1. Jeremiah, 22 years of age, playing at St. John's up in New York. Played previously at Skyline College. 4th year of summer ball. He knows what this thing's all about. Here's the 2-1. That one drifted slowly to right field. Lazy fly ball. And it goes foul, bringing the count to 2-2. Jeremiah, like we said, 4th year in summer ball. He's played with Alameda previously, up in Vermont and western Nebraska. Coming off his best season at St. John's. Zaharias on the 2-2. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. Here it comes. He hits one slowly back to the pitcher. Zaharias collects on to first in time, and the side is retired. 2 left on for the Merchants. They get one across the plate and lead 1-0 as we head to the top of the second. Welcome back to Pat Bale Field. Crawdads due up 5-6-7. Coming up for Walnut Creek. They face an early deficit, down 1-0 to the Alameda Merchants. Played a little bit of small ball in the first inning. Got a run to come across. Crawdads lost 9-3 yesterday. Looking for some more offense, some more sustainable pitching as well. It's the right-handed hitting catcher Brandon Clisby will lead things off for Walnut Creek. Didn't get the start yesterday, making his CCL season debut. His first year with the Crawdads. Rising sophomore at New Mexico State, didn't play there in 2025. Looking for some reps here in the offseason. Murillo still on the mound for the Merchants. Here's the first offering. Change up inside for a ball, 1-0. Clisby 6'1", 195 pounds. One of 3 catchers on the roster for Walnut Creek. There's the 1-0. In the dirt, another slider from Murillo. He's worked off speed quite a bit here early. Seen George Zaharias for the Crawdads work more of the heater. The 2-0 pitch is skied in the infield. The second baseman, Smallwood, checks up, makes the catch for out number 1. So John Ewan's the first baseman up now for the Crawdads. Still searching for their first hit. Got a base runner in the first off a walk. Ewans went 0 for 4 yesterday. Looking to change his fortunes here today as he fouls off the first pitch he sees. Strike 1 on him. Played a little bit with as a redshirt freshman with Baylor in 2025. 4 starts for him, hit 158. So he takes a low slider in the dirt. Count even at 1-1. Crawdads' first game playing on a dirt field today. Played at Chabot College yesterday. All turf facility there. Here's the 1-1. As he grounds one foul toward the Crawdad dugout. Count comes up to 1-2. See if Murillo goes to his strikeout stuff here. Ewans, Bosqueville high school alum in Texas. Now plays at the nearby Baylor. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him swinging on the low slider for out number 2. That brings up the DH, Cam Taylor, hitting in the 7-hole today. Did not play yesterday. One of 6 lefties in the order for the Crawdads against the righty Murillo. Cam Taylor currently in the transfer portal after playing at Eastern Kentucky last season. Checks his swing on the first one he sees, appeal down to first. And the first base umpire, Harvey Maxey, said he went around. 0-1 on Taylor here with 2 outs in the top of the 2nd inning. Murillo waits and fires. That one drilled foul down the right field line for strike 2. Taylor can get aboard. Sam Jenkins would be next. Another lefty in the order for head coach Brant Cummings. Taylor has played at 3 different colleges, searching for his 4th right now in the portal. Pitch low on the 0-2. Taken for a ball. It's 1-2. Hit all right with Eastern Kentucky this past season, a team that struggled. As he laces one down the right field line. That's a fair ball. Taylor takes a turn at first. He'll stay there as Cy Turner collects in right field. And there's the first hit of the ball game for the Crawdads.
Yeah, great piece of hitting from Cam Taylor. He gets out in front of the off-speed pitch and sends it through the gap in the infield. He's been fantastic in the exhibition games. He had a hit in each of those. Didn't see any action yesterday. He's already aboard today.
So with 2 outs, the Crawdads have a base runner on first. Here's Sam Jenkins. Went 0 for 1 yesterday. Didn't do a double play. As he swings at the first pitch, he sees, skies one out to right field. High and deep out to right, still going. And it's gone. First homer of the year for Sam Jenkins. Clears the right field fence. And the Crawdads, with 1 swing of the bat, have the lead. As Cam Taylor comes around to score as well as Jenkins, and it's 2-1.
Casey, that is exactly what these Crawdads needed right now. An early home run to get the scoring going, open up the floodgates. Murillo slowing down a little bit in his 2nd inning. Crawdads clearly seeing more of his stuff better, especially these past 2 lefties. It's the right-handed pitcher. Great momentum swing right now.
So the 2-out hit gives the Crawdads the lead as Chris Esquivel, the righty hitter, digs in. He takes a strike from Murillo. Esquivel went 0 for 4 yesterday, trying to build on this 2-out momentum the Crawdads have. Checks his swing on the 0-1. Peeled down the first, he didn't go. 1-1. Esquivel in his 3rd season of summer ball. Takes a pitch in the dirt, bounced in front of the home plate. 2-1 count on him. Jenkins got all of that baseball. Ball was carrying a bit out to right. And cleared the fence. Nothing Cy Turner could do in right field to bring it back. The 2-1 home from Murillo. Doesn't go, and the pitch is inside. 3-1. Hitters count to Chris Esquivel. Trying to get aboard here with 2 outs. Crawdads lead 2-1. 3-1 pitch is high. Ball 4. So 3 straight base runners for the Crawdads. And the lineup turns over to Trey Johnson, who's 0 for 1.
Very nice patient at bat from Esquivel, who's struck out a lot recently. He's been very aggressive at the plate. Good change in discipline.
So that brings up Trey Johnson. Popped out to 2nd his first time up back in the 1st. Hitting lefty against the righty Murillo. Had a hit yesterday as he waits on the first pitch. It's a slider in the dirt for ball 1. Esquivel at first could be a threat to go. He's danced around the base paths during the exhibition games. The 1-0 pitch in the dirt again. Tried the slider. Runner goes. A little bit of a late jump from Esquivel. And they got him.
Out by a mile.
A good throw there from Riley Winchell, the catcher, on a late throw, or a late jump rather, from Esquivel. And there's 3 outs. So the Crawdads add 2. They lead 2-1. We'll head to the bottom of the 2nd. Walnut Creek up 2-1. Crawdads lead 2-1. Beautiful day here at Pat Bale Field in Alameda. The Merchants come up for their second inning of hitting. Here in the bottom of the second, Crawdads up 2-1. 7, 8, 9 due up for the Merchants. They trail 2-1 against the Crawdads. Sam Jenkins' 2-run blast last inning gave Walnut Creek the edge. Here's the first pitch to Riley Winchell, who swings and misses. Catcher hitting in the 7-hole today, batting righty. Looking for his first hit of the season. Has 3 at-bats already. High slider inside. Taken for a ball, 1-1. Winchell committed to University of the Pacific. On defense, sporting orange and black catcher's gear to sport the Tiger colors. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. High fastball around the letters. Got him to go. Winchell played his high school ball in Livermore, Granada High School. First team All-EBAL at Granada during his senior year. That one fouled back to the Crawdad dugout. Over on the right side, it stays 1-2. Winchell mentioned has had sparing playing time so far. This is his 4th at-bat of the year. 1-2 coming. Zaharias' 1-2 offering outside and low. Brings the count even to 2-2. Some early action here on the base paths. Crawdads leading 2-1. Zaharias steals. High fastball in on the chest area. Brings the count full. Winchell takes it for a ball.
Haven't seen the fastball miss up in the zone much from Zaharias today. That one quite rare.
Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him to go on the fastball. Stuck to the heater. And there's out number 1.
He's really sticking to his guns. He's showing up the Merchants lineup so far, using that big heater.
So that brings up the 8-hole hitter, Caleb Latimer. Righty hitter hitting 167 on the year in limited at-bats. Zaharias from the windup, kicks and deals. High fastball taken for a ball. It's 1-0. On a sunny afternoon in Alameda, California. See the Oakland skyline in left field. Here at Pat Bale Field. Check swing on the high fastball. He didn't go around. 2-0. Latimer, native of Fresno, committed to Oklahoma Baptist. That's a D2 program. Central Valley Freshman of the Year in 2023 at the JUCO ranks. The 2-0 pitch. And it hit him to be on the wrist. Fastball in on the hands. That won't feel too good. So 1 out base runner coming up for the Alameda Merchants.
I think he's saying it's a foul ball. Hit the knob.
Well, Latimer certainly doesn't agree with that because he tossed his bat down as if he was going to take first.
Yeah, home plate umpire David Leeds saying that the ball hit the knob of Latimer's bat.
TC
Fairfield,
head coach of the Merchants, coming out to talk with David Lee, the home plate umpires. All 3 umpires will meet now at the mound to talk things over. The question is, did it hit the bat knob or did it hit the body of Latimer?
Tough call at this angle. I can't really tell. Very well could have hit his hands or wrist.
This game's second of a 3-game series between the Merchants and the Crawdads here early in CCL play. Tomorrow's game will be at Monte Vista High School. So 3 different venues. David Lee, the home plate umpire, walking over toward first base, along with the third base umpire, Robert McGee. Now head coach for the Crawdads, Brent Cummings, coming out of the dugout. With 1 out. Potentially a big call because we saw what the Merchants were able to do in the first inning with a 1-out walk, and it did in fact hit him. So Latimer gets the free pass. Hit by pitches was a big story yesterday. That brings up the 9-hole hitter, Noah Smallwood. Second baseman bats from the right side. Came in as a pinch hitter yesterday. Struck out in his only at bat. Latimer on first against Zaharias, who pitches from the stretch. Low fastball taken for a ball. It's 1-0. Zaharias trying to work off the rust. Has not played an organized baseball in a while. The 1-0 from Zaharias. Runner goes from first. Latimer will slide in safely as the throw from Clisby was on line just a little bit tardy. So now runner on second for the Merchants. Pitch was called a ball. Correction, a strike. So Zaharias working with the runner on second. 1 out here in a 1-1 count on Smallwood. Fastball inside and high. Taken for a ball, 2-1. Merchants with 1 hit so far. It was a single from Angelo Luna in the first. Gonna build on the traffic they have right now. Zaharias deals the 2-1, swung on and missed. Count even at 2-2. All the Crawdads with their black socks pulled up high. In unison. Zaharias checks in for the sign. From the stretch, peaks on second, now he fires. Fastball a little bit outside. Taken for a ball, now brings the count full.
Probably looking for another elevated fastball here. He's gone to that well to get a lot of strikeouts so far today. Merchants lineup has not been able to catch up.
Payoff pitch with 1 out. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Got him swinging on the high fastball, and that's 3 Ks today so far for George Zaharias. He's allowed 1 run so far, granted unearned run off the error from the second baseman, Chris Esquivel. But the lineup turns over. Dominic Nahar stands in. He flew out to right back in the first inning. Work with a runner in scoring position. Latimer on second. It's the first pitch. Skied in foul territory. Back over the screen and out of play. 0-1. Smallwood currently in the transfer portal. Spending 2025 at Southern Indiana, where he hit 200. Only had 2 starts there. Looking for a greater opportunity somewhere else. The 0-1, look out, inside. 1-1 on him. Smallwood played 2 other programs prior to Southern Indiana. Seminole State College and Crowder College. The 1-1 from Zaharias. He peeks back at second, now checks home. High fastball again, tried to locate it. It's inside, 2-1. Crawdads lead 2-1. Merchants threatening with a runner on second. Nahar looking for his first hit of the ball game. Swing and a miss. Big recovery pitch there. Brings the count to 2-2. Zaharias looking to get out of this inning unscathed. The runner on second is Caleb Latimer. Field playing double play depth. Here it comes. Inside slider taken for a ball, brings the count full. Zaharias walked Ryland back in the first. That's his only walk so far. Hit Latimer by a pitch as well, so 2 free passes. Here's the payoff. Fouled back to the screen, count stays full.
Good location mix in these past 2 pitches from Zaharias. He goes with the breaking ball on the inside, then a fastball away, trying to set up another high inside fastball.
The payoff with 2 outs. From the stretch, Zaharias fires. High fastball, no hesitation from Nahar. So there's ball 4 as Nahar reaches first on the walk, and that brings up Ben Ryland, who walked earlier.
Yeah, that one, Zaharias was looking up and in on the fastball, but it looks like he released the ball just a little too early, and it went way high in the zone. Or not even in the zone, rather, up above Clisby's head. Had to reach up for it.
So a meeting on the mound coming for the Crawdads. Brent Cummings, head coach, on his way to the bump. That could be the end of the day for George Zaharias, and it looks like it will be.
Yep.
So he goes inning in 2/3. His line will be finalized after this inning, but gave up an unearned run. Crawdads will go in a different direction here. Looks like Ryan Delaney will be the relief pitcher here. Do you like this move, bringing in the lefty Delaney?
Yeah, I think so. You've got 3 straight lefties up next, and Zaharias probably working on some sort of a pitch count right now because he hasn't pitched a whole lot collegiately at all, actually. He looked really good, all things considered. I think his fastball location was a tad spotty, but it was getting the swing and miss most of the time. So I like taking him out at this point. You don't need to stretch him at this point in the season. It's still really early. Get another extended look at some of your other guys in the bullpen like Delaney, who's up now.
Delaney, a left-handed pitcher, 6'1", 200 pounds. 3rd season with the Crawdads. But only has 4 career college innings, despite being a rising senior.
Now pitching for the Crawdads, number 25, Ryan Delaney.
3rd year as a Crawdad, career 8.5 ERA with Walnut Creek. Trying to lower that here today. But it's runners on first and second for Alameda. They trail 2-1. Still early in the ball game. So that'll bring up Ben Ryland, who scored the only run so far for Alameda. Walked back in the first. Left fielder hitting lefty. 2-spot hitter in the lineup. Delaney from the stretch, his first pitch. It's a high fastball taken for a ball. It's 1-0. Delaney out of Danville, California. Played his high school ball at San Ramon Valley High. Not far from where the Crawdads play their home games. The 1-0. Fastball low and away. Taken for a ball. It's 2-0. Ryan Delaney has more innings in CCL play than college ball. He knows this league inside and out. League that's undergone a lot of changes these past few seasons. From the stretch, the 2-0. Got him to check his swing, but the ball's in the dirt. Didn't go around. Quick 3-0 as Delaney searching for some command out of the bullpen.
Yeah, not looking his sharpest yet. Needs a couple more pitches to get into the groove.
Head coach Brant Cummings said he can locate his pitches well, but hasn't yet. Here's the 3-0. Get me over fastball in there for a strike. It's 3-1.
Yeah, Coach Cummings clearly trusts Delaney in a pretty significant situation like this. This could get ugly if they're not careful.
5 starts with the Crawdads last year, now pitching in relief. Here's the 3-1. Low slider in the dirt. Ball 4. As Ryland maybe forgot the count. He didn't initially throw his bat away. Back-to-back walks for the Crawdads, and that loads the bases for the Merchants. You have the 3-spot hitter, Cy Turner. Reached on an error back in the first inning. Made it to third base, but was stranded.
Delaney has to be very careful here.
First pitch to him. Slider in the dirt for a ball. It's 1-0. Delaney can just not find the strike zone so far. 6 pitches rather, 5 balls so far. 1-0 to Turner. High fastball taken for a ball. 2-0. Another hitter's count. Turner in his first year with the Merchants. Plays his college ball in Memphis. The 2-0 home. Slider way outside. 3-0. That was well in the opposite batter's box.
Looks like Delaney's not, he's afraid to throw it inside. Everything's been high or away, or low, high, or away. Nothing has been inside to these Merchant hitters.
3-0 pitch is popped up high in the air on the left side of the infield. Dylan Hillman, the shortstop, says he has it, and he does. So the Crawdads get out of the critical jam and maintain their 2-1 lead as we go to the 3rd inning. Crawdads lead 2-1. Welcome back to Pat Bale Field, set for the top of the 3rd inning. Crawdads, top of the order, due up. Same pitcher on the mound for the Alameda Merchants, Armando Murillo. He's been solid so far, but gave up a 2-run jack to Sam Jenkins in the 2nd inning. So the Crawdads lead 2-1 with Trey Johnson, the center fielder, digging in. The lefty hitter went hitless in his first at-bat, popping out to second. As the righty Murillo deals. First pitch swinging. Johnson lines one foul down the right field line for strike 1.
He liked what he saw there. Good aggressiveness. Saw an off-speed pitch. He thought he could drive just a tad early.
Murillo briefly steps off, now back on the rubber. Shakes off his catcher's sign, now agrees. Here's the 0-1. Low fastball in the dirt, bounces on the plate. It's a count to 1-1. Trey Johnson, a native of Berkeley. Had a really solid freshman year at Skyline City College. Hit .331. 1-1 pitch. Slider in there for a strike. Around thigh level, it's 1-2. See the Oakland skyline in left field here at Pat Bale Field. Here's the 1-2. It's a low changeup in the dirt, taken by Johnson. Good eye there to bring it to 2-2. Crawdads trying to build on their lead. First lead of the series, in fact. Up 2-1 here. The 2-2 home. That one lined into center field. Down for a base hit in front of Dominic Nahar, the center fielder. And so a good approach there from Trey Johnson to wait on the pitches he didn't like and eventually sling one out to center field for a base hit.
Absolutely. I think you have the correct terminology there. Just great approach. Didn't want to do a whole lot with it. Johnson flashed the power in the exhibition game with that home run. But here he just takes a simple approach, gets the base knock.
So that brings up the 2-hole hitter, Dylan Hillman. Was a strikeout victim back in the first. Searching for his first hit of the ball game. The first pitch lined out to left field, down for a base hit. Johnson stops at second. As the left fielder, Ryland, picks it up and throws it back into the infield. Crawdads in business with 2 on and nobody out after back-to-back singles.
Got action in the Merchants bullpen. I think it might not be long before Murillo's day is done.
See the catcher Riley Winchell meeting up with his starting pitcher, Murillo. In any case, KZ Levitt McGee will be up for the Crawdads. He walked back in the first. Levitt McGee, a commit to Cal State Bakersfield. Went from 11 extra base hits in 2024 at Laney College to 22 in 2025. There's a lot of power in his arms.
Absolutely great 3-hitter with plenty of power and an even better hit tool.
First offering to him, change up in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Johnson on second, Hillman on first. Nobody out here for the Crawdads. They lead 2-1 here in the top of the third. Murillo checks in for the sign, dangles his arm, now collects himself. The 0-1. Tipped foul straight down. Levitt McGee hardly got a piece of it, but he did. In any case, it's 0-2. Crawdads 2 hits this inning, or hits 3 and 4 of the day. Merchants only with 1. Murillo peers in for the sign. Now ready's up. Levitt McGee waits on the 0-2. Here's the pitch. Fastball a little outside, taken for a ball. Close pitch at that. Now it's 1-2. Crawdads have struggled with early hitting production in innings. They've turned that around here in the third. Trying to bring in some more runs. Murillo waits. Kicks up his leg and shoots. Fastball got him looking. McGee can't believe it. On the outside corner, it was a close pitch to take. But he rings up Levitt McGee for out number 1.
Yeah, tough pitch there. Really nice recovery from Murillo there. He's been painting the zone.
So that brings up Riley Leininger. Grounded out to first base back in the first inning with 2 on and 1 out. The first pitch to Leininger. Takes a low slider with 1-0. Some speed on the base pass. Johnson and Hillman both scoring threats. Both with stolen bases at their respective colleges this past season. Good number at that. The 1-0. Slider in the dirt. Taken for a ball. 2-0. Quick hitters count to Riley Leininger.
He's been so patient so far this season with the Crawdads. Seeing more of that here. He's only going to swing at something he really likes.
Murillo waits, trying to get out of the jam. Peers back to second, now fires. Fastball at the knees, taken for a strike. 2-1 count on Riley Leininger. Had a phenomenal ball game yesterday with 3 hits.
Winchell behind the plate is doing a really good job framing up some of these low pitches, getting extra strike calls.
1 out here in the third, 2 on. The 2-1 pitch is fouled. Straight back softly. Count now at 2-2. Leininger, a big guy, 6'2", 225. Just finished his freshman season at Oklahoma. Recently entered the transfer portal. Sooners had a good season this year. Made it to the Chapel Hill Regional. 2-2 coming from Murillo. Number 48 kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. And a pitch in the dirt. Winchell picks it up. And there's out number 2 with back-to-back strikeouts from Armando Murillo.
Nasty off-speed pitch there from Murillo. He's getting into his bag after the 2 runners reached.
That brings up Brandon Clisby, the backstop. 0 for 1 with a pop-out. His father, Matt, played defensive back 1 season in the Canadian Football League. Athletic family, the Clisbys. Takes a fastball in on the knees for ball 1. Johnson on second, Hillman on first. They each had hard-hit singles to the outfield. But the Crawdads have backed that up with back-to-back strikeouts. And that one's lined into left field for a base hit. Hit on the ground hard. Johnson chugging for home, and the ball gets away from Ryland. That allows Hillman to get into third, and that's a double for Brandon Clisby. And the Crawdads extend their lead. It's 3-1.
Great base hit knock from Clisby. Doesn't try to do too much with the ball. Puts it between the short and third gap, and everybody moves even further off the error there by Ryland. Got a little too hasty trying to field it.
John Ewens will dig in. 2 runners in scoring position. Clisby on second, Hillman on third. 2 outs here in the top of the third. Crawdads lead 3-1 here at Pat Bale Field. Armando Murillo trying to get out of the jam. Here's the pitch. Low fastball taken for a ball. In line with the black stirrups John Ewan's wearing today. Playing first base, hitting off that left side. Murillo collects himself, waits, and fires. And it hits the back of the leg as Ewens wisely takes a turn. But it hit the back of his leg, and that loads the bases for the Crawdads here with 2 outs.
This is a big spot for Cam Taylor, who's been really phenomenal so far with the Crawdads. Plenty of power, had a bunch of extra base hits his, I believe it was his redshirt freshman year. Blanking on college. You have to help me out here, Casey.
Had a really good season at Andrew College
Yes.
in 2024. Meeting on the mound between the infielders and Armando Murillo. TC Fairfield as well out there, head coach for the Merchants, trying to settle down his right-hander. Looks like they'll leave him in the game here, trying to get out of the critical jam. Crawdads looking to break open this game further. Jenkins would be next. He notched a 2-run homer earlier in the game. Cam Taylor steps in. Left-handed hitter singled and scored in the second. As one of the 5 hits for the Crawdads so far. Crawdads matching their run total from last night already with 3 runs. First pitch to Taylor, waved out and miss. A golf swing from Taylor, and it's 0-1. 23-year-old from Georgia originally, getting the trip out west. The 0-1 from Murillo. Fouled straight back, deflecting off the catcher Winchell. Quick 0-2. The bases loaded. 2 outs for the Crawdads. Scored 1 this inning, looking for more. Taylor, lefty hitter. 6'2", 220 pounds. Murillo nods to the sign, kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. A good recovery there from Murillo, and the Crawdads leave 3 on, but they score 1 as well. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Crawdads lead 3-1. Welcome back to Pat Bale Field in Alameda. Crawdads lead 3-1. Trying to play defense now against the Merchants. We'll have 4, 5, 6 due up here in the home half of the 3rd inning. Crawdads lead 3-1. They got 1 in the top half of the inning. Ryan Delaney still on the mound for the Crawdads. 4, 5, 6 up for the Merchants, trying to come back in this game. Angelo Luna, the DH, digs in on the left side. facing the lefty Ryan Delaney. The first pitch to Luna, swung on and foul. Bounces off the shoe of Luna. For strike one. Luna 1 for 1, singled back in the first. First time facing Delaney. Only came in for a third of an inning. So he takes a ball on the outside corner. It's 1-1. Delaney looks from the side, now winds and fires. Luna hits it straight to first base. Ewan's right there, takes it to the back himself for out number 1.
Good play there. Before Luna even stepped into the batter's box, Ryan Delaney went over to Johnny, said, hey, to John Ewens, Johnny, get ready. And look at that. It was very fortuitous as Luna grounds it right to him on the first base side.
So a quick first out here in the inning for Ryan Delaney. And the lefty faces the lefty hitter Fabian Gomez. Playing first base today. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. First pitch, change up in the dirt for ball 1. Delaney with a bright orange glove. Scaling the back of the mound on the first base side. The 1-0. Strike called around the knees. Went back to the fastball there. It's 1-1. Gomez waits, now chops one foul. Right to first base slowly, and it's 1-2. Merchants 3-0 on the season. They trail 3-1 here against the Crawdads. Bottom of the third inning. Crawdads already going to the bullpen. The 1-2. Look out. Pitch gets away from Clisby, the catcher. Sails over his head. Back to the backstop. Count at 2-2.
Very early release, too, from Delaney's hand. Didn't have control of it.
Got him looking. The 2-2 pitch. Stayed around the knees. For out number 2. That brings up Jace Jeremiah here with 2 outs. Grounded out to the pitcher. Back in inning number 1. Ryan Delaney trying to get out of this inning. He's been really solid so far. Aside from the hit by pitch back in the second inning, Crawdads have been chugging along with their pitching up to this point. The 1-0 pitch in the dirt. Quick 0-2 on Jeremiah. Rising grad student. 22-year-old out of San Mateo. 2-0 home from the lefty Delaney. Fastball around the knee is called strike. Righty on lefty matchup. Mentioned earlier, a lot of lefty hitters in the orders today. The 2-1 pitch is lined out to left field, shallow, and it drops in front of the left fielder, Levitt McGee, for a base hit. So a 2-out hit for Jeremiah. And with the Merchants down 2, trying to get all the base runners they can. In any case, that'll bring up the catcher, Riley Winchell, hitting in the 7th spot today. Struck out back in the second inning. Didn't play in 2025 at University of Pacific. The righty faces the lefty Delaney. One man on from the stretch, swing and a miss. On the first pitch he sees, it's 0-1. Delaney attacking the zone well. Showing some good command thus far. High fastball taken for a ball. It's 1-1. Delaney waits for the sign. Peers at first and now fires in. Low changeup taken for a ball. Now 2-1. Delaney with a quick ready up. Now he fires, and it hits the back hard of Riley Winchell. Fastball tattoos the number 7 on his 17 jersey. 2 base runners on now for the Merchants. They're in business a little bit with 2 outs. Back-to-back base runners aboard after quick first 2 outs. That brings up Caleb Latimer, playing third base today, hitting righty. Latimer was also hit by a pitch earlier in the ball game. There was some discourse over whether it hit his bat as he takes a strike. 0-1 on him. Got aboard, stole second, but was eventually left on base. The 0-1 swung on and missed. And runner takes off for third. It's a bad throw from Clisby. Did not keep his head up. As an easy stolen base there for Jace Jeremiah. Throw was not able to get there either. Bounced in front of third base. So now runners on the corners with 2 outs on a 0-2 count. For the Merchants, Caleb Latimer trying to get aboard. He hits one out to deep center field. A long run. It's down in front of the wall. 1 run scores. Latimer chugging for second. Now Jeremiah coming home. 2 runs score. And this ball game is tied. Caleb Latimer with a game-tying double. Scoring in Winchell and Jeremiah. And we got a 3-3 ball game on the 2-base knock. On the bat of Caleb Latimer.
Fantastic piece of hitting there from Latimer. A really tough break on the other side for Delaney, who'd been looking pretty good in the inning so far.
Merchants now with 3 hits, 3 runs. Smallwood digs in, takes the ball high. He's 0 for 1, was a strikeout victim in the second. 1 of 4 so far for the Merchants as he looks at a ball again. Slider around his sock level. Quick 2-0 count with a runner on second. Merchants looking to deal some more damage on the lefty Delaney. The 2-0 home. Swing and a miss out in front of the fastball. Now 2-1. Delaney looks in for the sign. Brings his glove up. Pitches from the stretch. Half swing. Did he go? No. 3-1 count. As they appeal down to first, they said he only kept that swing as a check swing. Count now at 3-1. Delaney trying to get out of the inning as Smallwood waves and misses at a fastball. Count full here with 2 outs. Might see Latimer in motion. Has plenty of speed at second base. Saw him steal second earlier. The full count. Low slider taken for a ball. Ball 4. That's 4 straight base runners for the Merchants. Now the lineup turns over to Dominic Nahar, the leadoff man. Nahar 0 for 1. Flied out back in the first and walked in the second. Crawdads struggling with command in this game. First offering to him outside. Slider with a good height, but just a little off the plate. It's 1-0. Delaney waits, kicks and deals. That one popped up high in the air, foul down the first base line. Down even at 1-1. Crawdads gave up the 3-1 lead they had coming into this inning. 1-1 from Delaney. He fires in. One hit foul again down the first base line toward the Crawdad bullpen. So do 1 and 2 on the leadoff man, Nahar. Went 3 for 5 yesterday. He's gotten aboard now 4 times in this series. The 1-2. He lines one out to left field. It's down for a base hit in front of Levitt McGee. Latimer chugging for home. He's going to get there safely, and the Merchants have the lead on the RBI single from Dominic Nahar. This game is getting away from the Crawdads.
Now batting number 12, Ben Reed.
As Smallwood advances to second on the play. So Latimer scores, and that induces a meeting on the mound. Delaney started good, not been able to collect himself here in inning number 3. It's been a 2-out rally for the Merchants, 5 straight base runners for Alameda.
It's been a really tough cycle here for Ryan Delaney. Hasn't been locating well, and when he finally puts a pitch in the zone, gets slapped out into the outfield.
So a quick mound visit. Delaney will stay in the game for the time being. Crawdads trail 4-3. They lead in hits 5-4. That'll bring up the 2-hole hitter, Ben Ryland. Has not recorded an at-bat today. 2 walks, also scored in the first. He's had a good eye in his 2 plate appearances. Delaney waits. 2 men on for the Merchants. They lead 4-3. First pitch Ryland sees is hit foul, very high above the Merchant dugout. 0-1. Merchants trailed 3-1 coming into this inning, scored 3 runs. Trying to preserve their perfect record. The 0-1. Swing and a miss over the top of the slider. Makes the count 0-2. Merchants trying to keep this rally going. Luna and Gomez recorded the first 2 outs. It's been all business ever since. The 0-2 chopped foul above the Crawdad dugout down the first baseline. It's 0-2. Merchants trying to win the series here in game 2. Crawdads trying to force a rubber match tomorrow. 2 men on, 2 out. 0-2 count to Ryland. Slider outside, taken for a ball. Not a bad pitch to go to on an 0-2 count. Goes to 1-2. Delaney struggled this inning, giving up 3 hits, hit by pitch, and a walk. 1-2. Close fastball. Location looked good, but maybe a little inside, says David Lee, the home plate umpire. Count even at 2-2. 2 men on, 2 out. 2-hole hitter Ryland up, and a 2-2 count. Comes a 2-2. Low slider taken for a ball. An 0-2 count turns into a full count in a blink of an eye. Delaney cannot find the strike zone. The lefty collects himself, pitches to the righty. Ball 4 taken in the dirt. That'll load the bases for Alameda. Not the first time this game they've loaded the bases. They've nearly batted around. If Cy Turner can get on, they will. So Turner digs in. He's 0 for 2, reached on an error and popped out. There's the first pitch to him, taken for a strike. Slider around the knees. Ryland on first, Nahar on second, Smallwood on third. 2 of those 3 men walked in this inning. Fastball outside on the 0-1. It's 1-1. Turner plays at Memphis. Hit 162 with the Tigers last year. Change up outside, taken for a ball. It's 2-1. Delaney struggling with command. Giving out 3 free passes in this inning. A 2-1 home from the stretch. In there for a strike. Turner checked his swing, called a strike anyways. Count even at 2-2. 2-2 pitch high. Fastball shoulder height. Count now full at 3-2. Turner walks here, would score in a run. Here's the payoff. Pitch outside, that walks in a run. Delaney can't believe it. And the Merchants extend their lead. It's 5-3.
Really tough break for Ryan Delaney here. Strike zone has been really hard to paint. David Lee keeping it nice and tight behind home plate. Gonna get a quick conference here between Clisby and Delaney. But even still, struggled to find the zone nonetheless.
So the Merchants have batted around as Luna comes up for the Merchants. He grounded out straight to first to lead off this inning. The Merchants had a quick 2 outs before they started this big rally. And hitting in the DH spot. Batting lefty, hitting cleanup. He's 1 for 2, single back in the first. See, swings at the first pitch he sees, into shallow center. Johnson puts the glove on it, and there's out number 3. Well, Merchants score 4, they have the lead, they lead 5-3. We'll go to the 4th inning, Crawdads with some work to do. Set to begin the top of the 4th inning. Crawdads trail 5-3 after giving up 4 runs in the bottom of the 3rd. New pitcher in for the Alameda Merchants. It's the right-hander Ethan Stout. Ottawa University man makes his season debut. Formerly played at Ohlone College out in Fremont. Now at Ottawa. He'll face the bottom of the order for the Crawdads. 8-9-1 due up. Starting with Sam Jenkins, who homered back in the 2nd. Part of a good inning for the Crawdads. They have some work to do, down 5-3 against the Merchants. Trying to improve to 4-0 after today. First pitch from the righty Stout. Fastball around the knees, a little outside, taken for a ball. It's 1-0. Jenkins, lefty hitter against the righty Stout. Here's the 1-0. And Jenkins drives one out to right field, but straight into the glove of Cy Turner. A hard hit ball, but Turner was right there for out number 1. So Stout gets that out. And that brings up Chris Esquivel, who walked back in the second, was later caught stealing on his way to second.
Now batting number 8, Chris Escobar.
Esquivel just turned 21 3 days ago. The 1-0 pitch. As he laces one to the left side, straight into the glove of the shortstop Jeremiah, on to first in time for out number 2. Quick 2 outs for Ethan Stout coming out of the bullpen. Lineup turns over for Walnut Creek, bringing up Trey Johnson.
Very aggressive approach this inning for the Crawdads. They're swinging early on Stout, trying to catch him while he's still trying to adjust, but he's already adjusted. Johnson might want to be patient here.
Johnson 1 for 2 today, singled and scored in the third. Swings at the first pitch he sees. High pop-up on the infield, right into the glove of Caleb Latimer. So the Crawdads go down quietly, 1, 2, 3. Go to the bottom of the fourth. Merchants still lead 5-3. Welcome back to Pat Bale Field here in Alameda. Merchants lead 5-3 over the Crawdads. Ryan Delaney, the lefty pitcher, still in for Walnut Creek. Gave up 4 earned runs last inning. Trying to rewrite his appearance here in the fourth. 5-6-7 due up for the Merchants. With a 5-3 lead, they want to keep adding on in the middle part of this game. The first pitch to the lefty hitter, Gomez, taken inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Delaney still working with the fastball stuff. Center fielder Trey Johnson playing off to the right quite a bit. The Crawdads trail here 5-3, looking to avoid an 0-2 start to the season. Lost yesterday 9-3 to these very Merchants. The 1-0 pitch, taken low by Fabian Gomez, 2-0. Gomez 6'3", 220 pounds. Committed to UC Santa Barbara. Waits on the 2-0. Takes a fastball outside. It's 3-0. Delaney struggling with command after walking 3 guys last inning. Plus a hit by pitch. The 3-0 home. Nowhere close. High fastball, helmet level. So a leadoff walk for Alameda. That brings up Jace Jeremiah. Jeremiah 1 for 2 today. Grounded out in the first inning. Singled and scored in the third. Righty hitter takes his practice hack, now digs in. St. John's University guy waits from the stretch, and he laces one to left field, down for a base hit. Swung at the first pitch he saw. Now runners on first and second for Alameda. That's now 2 singles in the ball game for Jace Jeremiah.
I think that's going to do it for Ryan Delaney.
So we'll have a pitching change here for the Crawdads as Grant Cummings makes his slow walk to the pitcher's mound. Some action in the Crawdad bullpen. Looks like Colin Nowacek will be the next pitcher for the Crawdads. First base umpire Harvey Maxey not happy about something going on in the Merchant dugout. He's yelling all the way over there.
I think they're talking about the strike zone. All things considered, both dugouts have been over the past inning and a half, I would say. So this umpire crew's probably had enough of that.
It's a hot day here in Alameda. Tempers flaring maybe a little bit. So the new pitcher, Colin Nowacek. They stick with the lefty. Crawdads trying to get back in this game. Had a lead for a bit. Nowacek, a rising sophomore at Nebraska in the Big Ten. Part of the Nebraska team that won the Big Ten tournament back-to-back years. Of course, he was just part of one of those years. So that does it for Ryan Delaney, who had a pretty lackluster performance out of the bullpen for Walnut Creek.
Indeed. Inning and a third when it's all said and done. He'll be on the hook for these 2 runners aboard as well.
Give up 9 base runners against 13 batters faced. In any case, the Crawdads trail 5-3. Showed some promise last half inning. A couple runners on, but could not score. Nowacek, dark brown glove. Standing 6'1", 190 pounds. 19-year-old in his first season with the Crawdads, first season in summer ball. He's tabbed the number 52 left-handed pitcher nationally out of high school. Native of Nebraska himself. So face the 7-hole hitter, Riley Winchell. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout, a hit by pitch. Scored back in the third. 2 men on for the Merchants with nobody out. Swing and a miss over the top on the fastball. Quick 0-1 on Winchell. Each team with 5 hits and 1 error. But now the Merchants threatening here in the bottom of the fourth. 2 men on and nobody out. The 0-1 home. Swing and a miss. Sticks with the fastball. Got Winchell to go. It's 0-2.
Yeah, overpowering with that fastball. Looking good at the moment.
Nowacek looks in deep for the sign. Peers at second, now fires. Got him looking. It's 3 straight fastballs all down the middle. A little risky from Nowacek. But in any case, strikeout looking to Riley Winchell. So that brings up the 8-hole hitter, Caleb Latimer, who's had a really busy day. Hit by a pitch in the second, stole second. And he doubled back in the third. That double scored a pair of runs. So a 2 RBI day for him thus far. So he looks at a pitch in the dirt. Both runners take off from first and second. So a wild pitch out in front of the catcher, Brandon Clisby. So now it's second and third with 1 out. It's a slider in the dirt. Allowed both runners to advance. Latimer with plenty of dirt on his white jersey. It's been a busy afternoon. He stares at a called strike. 2-seam fastball around the knees. 1-1 count on Latimer. Right-handed batter digging in the back of the box. Checks his swing on the 1-1, called in strike anyways. It's 1-2.
Nowacek overpowering with the fastball right now. Parks it around the 90-mile-an-hour zone. Can hit 92 with it. Much like Zaharias, the Merchants hitters haven't been able to find a way to catch up to it.
Looks in deeply for the sign, now fires. Check swing from Latimer, but the pitch was inside. Now 2-2 count on the 5'10" rising junior. First season with the Merchants. Spent a couple of seasons at Coalinga. So he hits one on the ground up the middle. Esquivel gets the glove on it, and he throws to first in time. But it's an RBI ground out for Caleb Latimer as the run comes around to score. Gomez scores, and it's 6-3.
Now batting number 4, Noah Smallwood.
The 9-hole hitter, Noah Smallwood. Righty hitter has an opportunity for an RBI with a runner on third. 2 outs here in the inning. First pitch to him, a fastball called strike. Now a check. Sticking to that heater. Takes a breath, now fires from the stretch. Outside fastball taken for a ball. It's 1-1. Merchants adding to their lead. Kind of broke open the game last night late. Try to do that again here. Swing and a miss. Low slider. As Smallwood takes a bite at it. It's 1-2. Now a check looking for the punch out. Here on 1-2. Here it comes. Checked his swing, didn't go. Smallwood brings the count up to 2-2. Currently in the transfer portal. So he waits on the 2-2. Fastball outside, not close. It's 3-2. Good at bat here for Smallwood to force the full count. So the payoff will come here from Nowacek, the runner on third and 2 out. He lines one foul back to the Merchant dugout. We'll do a full count again. Didn't play much at Southern Indiana in 2025. Injured his left labrum. Smallwood. The payoff pitch again. He fouls one off Clisby's catcher's mask. Staying alive here on the full count.
Nochik does a nice job mixing in the breaking ball, that last payoff pitch. Almost had him. No, Smallwood, I mean. Was out in front of it.
Smallwood, a native of Claremore, Oklahoma. 22 years of age. Payoff pitch with the runner on third and 2 out. Here it comes. He skies one out to left field. A long run for Levitt McGee, and it's foul. Hitting off the bullpen mound and out of play. So I'll move 3-2 again to the rising senior. Nowacek, 19 years of age. A 70 ERA last season at Nebraska. Here's the payoff. Called strike 3. Smallwood thought he had a walk. The home plate umpire, David Lee, says no. Got him looking. We will head to the 5th. Welcome back to Alameda here at Pat Bale Field. Crawdads trail 6-3. New pitcher on the mound for the Merchants. It's Dom Cristinzio out of the College of San Mateo, facing his former teammate Dylan Hillman, the two-hole hitter. That's the first offering to the righty hitter is fouled straight back. Cristinzio, a lefty pitcher, a 7.5 ERA at College of San Mateo in 2025. Hillman 1 for 2, singled in the third, struck out in the first. As he waits from the windup, now kicks and deals. As he lines one to the shortstop, Jeremiah, throws on a hop to first in time for out number 1. So that brings up Casey Levitt McGee. 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking back in the third. Cristinzio used mostly as a closer at College of San Mateo, but here pitching in the 5th against Walnut Creek. First pitch to McGee, taken for a strike. Lefty on lefty matchup. Walked back in the first, and what was an otherwise a quick inning for the Merchants, who have taken control, now up 6-3. The 0-1 in the dirt. Slider bounces just behind the plate. Now 1-1. Cristinzio, 14 Ks to his line last year in 16 innings of work. 1-2 on Levitt McGee. Takes a fastball down the middle. Riley Leininger will be next for Walnut Creek. They trail 6-3. Scored 2 runs in the second, 1 in the third. 1-2 is barely fouled off toward the Merchant dugout on the third base side. Count stays at 1-2.
Nasty off-speed pitch. Levitt McGee way out in front of it.
Levitt McGee waits. Now ready's up against the lefty Cristinzio. There's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him to wave at the off-speed, and that's 2 strikeouts for Casey Levitt McGee.
Yeah, Cristinzio goes right back to the well with that off-speed pitch, and man, it was effective.
That brings up Riley Leininger, who's 0 for 2 himself. Grounded out to first and struck out. Merchants trying to put together a 1-2-3 inning here in the top of the 5th. Leininger doesn't go with the first pitch. A low slider taken for a ball. It's 1-0. Leininger has been a bright spot for the Crawdads so far, but he's hitless today. Had 3 yesterday. The 1-0 from Cristinzio. Draping curveball just outside. Takes it for a ball. 2-0. Crawdads in their red tops with gray pants. Merchants in their cream white uniforms. Leininger waits for the 2-0. Here it comes. Low fastball bounced a foot in front of home plate. 3-0 on Leininger. Lefty hitter against a lefty pitcher. A lot of lefties across the board today on the pitching and hitting side for both these teams. Leininger on the 3-0. Takes a strike, get me over fastball down the middle. And it's 3-1. Leininger trying to spark a 2-out rally for the Crawdads. Went down very quietly in the 4th. Here's the 3-1. Fouls off the mask of Winchell. Seems to be okay. Barely got a piece of that one. Brings the count full. Leininger, rising sophomore, searching for a new place to play after entering the transfer portal after one season in Oklahoma. Texas native waits. Gives a practice hack. Lifts the bat off his shoulder. Here's the 3-2. He laces one to the right side. Bounces off the glove of the second baseman, Smallwood. Can he get it to first in time? No. A hard hit ball to Smallwood at second, and that's an infield single for Riley Leininger with 2 outs.
Fantastic piece of hitting there from Leininger, and even better hustle on the base paths. See Smallwood bobble it a little bit and really showcases the speed.
Smallwood did a good job of sticking with it. Couldn't get the ball to first in time after it bounced off his glove. So that'll bring up the catcher, Brandon Clisby, with 2 outs. 5-hole hitter, lane catcher today, batting from the right side, swings at the first pitch he sees, drives it to right field, down for a base hit. Lands in front of Cy Turner, the right fielder. Merchants get it in quickly, so Leininger stays at first. So with 2 outs, the Crawdads with a little bit of a rally. Now John Ewan's up to the plate. He represents the tying run.
2-out rallies have been the story of the game and really the story of the season for the Crawdads. Ewens with a big opportunity here, still hitless as a Crawdad.
He's 0 for 1 today, hit by a pitch in the third, struck out in the second. Batting lefty against the lefty Cristinzio. He's given up 2 straight base runners. As Ewens takes a fastball inside for ball 1. 2 outs in the inning. Merchants lead 6-3. Beautiful day here in Pat Bale Field in Alameda. The 1-0. Ewens pops it foul over the left side, out of play. 1-1 on him. Ewens, one of a pair of Baylor Bears on this Crawdad roster. Cristinzio waits from the stretch, he fires. Low fastball taken for a ball. It's 2-1. Ewens 0 for 4 yesterday. Got on base by way of the walk. Was hitless otherwise. Injured in 2024 as a freshman. Took a red shirt. As he laces one to the right side into right field for a base hit. Leininger tailing for home. He's going to get there safely without a slide, and that'll allow Ewens to advance to second. Runners on second and third now for the Crawdads as they get back on the board.
There it is for John Ewens. Finally gets his first knock as a Walnut Creek Crawdad. Man, it couldn't have come at a better time with 2 on and 2 down. I think, Casey, that's officially, I would say, a single, and then he advances on the throw home.
I don't know. I think maybe I'd call it a double because he was taking a pretty big turn at first. We'll see how they score it.
Indeed.
In any case, runners on second and third with Cam Taylor up. A single potentially ties the game for the Crawdads. Left-handed hitter takes a strike from the lefty. 8 hits now in the game for the Crawdads. They still trail on the scoreboard 6-4. Leininger was able to score without a slide. Comes the 0-1. There's a back pick to third. It was a bad throw from the catcher Riley Winchell in the dirt. But a good pick at third by Latimer to hold on Clisby.
Latimer saves a run there, quite frankly.
Good job of opening his glove. 1-1 on Taylor. Comes Cristinzio's third offering to him. Outside fastball taken for a ball. It's 2-1. Ewens on second, Clisby on third. Crawdads with a good 2-out rally thus far in the inning, cutting the deficit down to 2. Cristinzio waits. Glove belt high, now fires. Late swing on the slider from Taylor. Count now at 2-2. Taylor singled in the second, struck out in the third. Was able to score in the second inning as well. A knock to the outfield could tie this game with the Crawdads down 2. Here it comes. Low pitch in the dirt. Fastball taken by Taylor. Count full 3-2. Big pitch coming from Cristinzio.
Full count, your Taylor. Just got to keep it simple. Put bat to the ball. Let the rest take care of itself.
The lengthy lefty looks in for the sign. Brings his glove up, now fires. Fastball low and away. Ball 4. As Taylor reaches first on a walk, and that loads the bases for Walnut Creek. The guy they'd like to have up, Sam Jenkins, homered back in the second. Chance to do some serious damage on the Merchants.
Get a mound conference here. Nobody warming in the pen, so not a pitching change.
We saw TC Fairfield head coach come out a couple of times and not remove the pitcher, as the head coach typically does. So it might be just a quick conversation with his left-hander. He's in for just his first inning of work. Got a first 2 outs really quickly and gave up 3 straight base knocks and a walk, allowing the Crawdads to score. Down by only 2 here in the 5th.
Yeah, big credit to Cam Taylor on that. Very patient at bat, very disciplined eye. Able to turn what was looking like an 0-2 count, a 1-2 count into a walk. Really great work. Leaves the door open for Jenkins to bust this thing open.
Jenkins, the 8-hole hitter for the Crawdads today. Homered in the second. It's a 2-run blast to right field. Flied out to right as well in the 4th. Batting from the left side. And waits on the first offering. Checks his swing on the first one, called a strike. Jenkins, the second Baylor Bear in the lineup for Walnut Creek. Cristinzio waits. Looks in and fires. Fastball outside, taken for a ball. It's 1-1. Jenkins with a serious chance to do damage.
He's got a nice gap in left center. Might want to try to go there if he can pop one over Jeremiah's head at short.
Have to go the other way for that. He takes a strike. Ball bounced out of the glove of Riley Winchell, but it's called a strike anyways. Fastball down the middle. Jenkins has hit it out to right twice. One time for a home run, one time for a fly out. See if he puts in that direction again or goes somewhere else. Here's the 1-2. In front of a curveball, fouls it off his leg. Count now stays at 1-2.
Way to capitalize on being early. Just stays alive there. Does just enough to keep this at-bat going. A crucial at-bat.
Jenkins, native of Dallas, Texas. Trekking out to the Bay Area for some summer ball. Here's the 1-2. Checks his swing, but they got him looking. Didn't go on the slider, and they ring him up. So that'll end the inning, but the Crawdads get one back. A trail 6-4. Charlie will be taking over play-by-play duties now as we head to the bottom of the 5th.
Welcome back to baseball action here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. It's a 6-4 ball game in favor of the Alameda Merchants at the moment here in the bottom of the 5th. They're up to bat once again, trying to extend said lead. Crawdads got one back there in the top of the 5th, courtesy of John Ewens on that RBI single. Colin Nowacek still on the mound, took over last inning from Ryan Delaney, who allowed 4 earned runs in the inning prior. That was back in the 3rd. And the lineup turns over for the Merchants. Dominic Nahar up to bat, went 3 for 4 yesterday with 3 singles. Already has an RBI single today, 1 for 2. Nowacek's first pitch is low, 1-0. Nahar, the Cal State East Bay man from local Hayward. Takes a second offering outside. 2 balls, no strikes. For a man who just hit .329 in 41 games. Nowacek finds the zone on the 2-0 offering, 2-1. Nahar trying to get things started for the Merchants. Add to the lead. The 2-1, fouled back. Count evens, 2-2. Nowacek, the Nebraska man, native of Elkhorn, Nebraska. Once tabbed as the number 52 left-handed pitcher in the country as he graduated high school. The 2-2. Nahar waves at it and chops it foul down the first base side. He'll do it again.
Nahar's already been up 3 times. Could be one of those games where he comes up 6 total. It's been an offensive onslaught.
The 2-2. Fastball gets away from Clisby behind the dish, and the count is full. Nowacek, 10 appearances this spring with Nebraska, 7.00 ERA, 10 strikeouts. Trying to get a put away here. The payoff. Lined into deep center field. Johnson gets under it and makes the squeeze for the first out of the 5th. Ben Ryland in the 2-hole will walk up. Ryland 3 walks today. 0 for 0 technically, after going 0 for 3 yesterday with 3 strikeouts and 2 walks. It's an on-base machine.
Got to pitch to him, knowing the stakes and the circumstances.
Absolutely, lefty-lefty matchup. Nowacek's first offering fouled back.
On his last walk, it was a quick 0-2 to Ryland, then he fought back and got to eventually be a walk.
Ryland, the Oklahoma State man, did not play there in the spring, or didn't see any action at least. Facing another Midwest guy in Nowacek. The 0-1 pitch way high. Release point was too early there out of Nowacek's left hand. Count evens, 1-1. Nowacek gets the call from Clisby, and he'll step off. They're going to talk to each other real quick on the bump. Make sure that they're on the same page against a dangerous batter. Heart of the order coming up. Cy Turner due up next. And Angelo Luna, the DH in the 4-hole, could potentially see an at-bat in this inning as well, should either Ryland or Turner reach. Nowacek sets on the rubber, lifts the glove to his face, turns, kicks, deals. Just high. Ball 2. Two and 1 for Ryland, the Villa Park, California native. 2-1 from Nowacek. Fastball just outside, 3-1 count. Crawdads trying to limit the damage here, so they might have a shot at tying the game. The 3-1, fastball swing and a miss. Ryland waves at it. Nice location there on the outside corner.
Yeah, good job of locating. We've seen him do that quite a bit so far, sticking to his pitches.
Nowacek readies, and the payoff. Ground ball up the middle. Esquivel and Hillman can't get to it in between that second base gap. So Ben Ryland with a nice single with just 1 down here in the bottom of the 5th. Cy Turner up now. walked back in the third, which drove in a run. Also reached on an error in the first inning. Esquivel couldn't field a ground ball, allowed him to grab a spot over at first. Turner, the Memphis man, native of Pebble Beach, California, stands in, takes the first offering for a strike. Nice breaking ball. So it'll be 0-1. Nowacek looks to Ryland at first, then fires. Another off-speed pitch, but it's low. 1-1. Turner hit 162 this spring in 36 games with Memphis after transferring there following 2 years at Monterey Peninsula Community College. The 1-1 fastball sits in there for a strike. 1-2 on Turner. Turner did not play yesterday in the first game against the Crawdads. So his first action against this team this year. Nowacek picks off to first. Ryland slides in there safely. And the lefty gets set on the bubber. Fires the 1-2. It's a ball. Clisby throws from behind the dish and nearly gets past Esquivel, who just saves it. Ryland has to hold up at second. Could have taken third had that ball gotten past. So it'll be a 2-2 count for Turner. Turner's sophomore year with Monterey Peninsula hit .257, 38 hits. He's third on the team with 35 runs batted in. He's got a man in scoring position now. Nowacek's 2-2, chopped to Esquivel over at second. Flips it cleanly to Ewens at first for the out. So they're 2 gone. Ryland will advance to third. Angelo Luna, the designated hitter, up to bat now. Had an RBI single in the first. Flew out, grounded out to Ewens at first in his first at-bat of the third, then flew out to center field to end the third. Was 1 for 3 yesterday with another single. Looks like we're actually going to get an intentional walk here on a substitution, actually. So that was Finney who came in and pinch hit for Luna. And now we will move in for Fabian Gomez, his at-bat. He was 1 for 2 yesterday after pinch hitting for Luna, who just got pinch hit for again. Gomez 0 for 2 today. Strikeout looking, strikeout swinging, and a walk. Working with runners on the corners. Pass ball. Ryland's going to go for home, and he just has to jog in. So Ryland with the stolen bag and the eventual steal of home on the passed ball. So it's a 7-4 ball game. Merchants trying to extend the lead now. Finney goes to second on the passed ball. Nowacek fires on the 1-0 and foul ball down the third base line. 1-1 count. Gomez puts the bat over his shoulder. Lefty on lefty action here. Nowacek fires the 1-1 and it's low. Hasn't been able to locate the fastball here, Casey.
Yeah, I thought he was doing a pretty good job of that earlier. But again, bad command is allowed for some opportune runs.
There's a breaking ball, sits in the zone. Brings the count 2-2. 2 down. Finney over at second. Nowacek needs one more pitch to get out of this bottom half of the 5th inning. Looks over at second, kicks and deals. Fastball low and in the dirt. Full count for Gomez, the UC Santa Barbara commit, just graduated from Clayton Valley High School over in Concord. Perfect Game Baseball lists him as a 9.0 out of 10 prospect. Strike 3 looking. Noah Check hits a fastball on the outer corner and escapes the jam after allowing 1 run. So we'll head to the top of the 6th. The Crawdads with an opportunity to strike back. Don't go anywhere. We'll have it right after this.
It is 7.
Welcome back to the top of the 6th here from Pat Bailey Field in Alameda. The Merchants up 7-4 on the Walnut Creek Crawdads, but the Crawdads have an opportunity here to cut the deficit. It's the 9-hitter Chris Esquivel will lead off this inning. Went 0 for 4 yesterday and is currently 0 for 1 today. A walk in the 2nd and then a ground out to short in the 4th. Trying to get aboard and turn the lineup over. He'll face Dominic Cristinzio in his 2nd inning of work now. Big lefty has been pretty effective, only allowed 1 run last inning. Got 2 quick outs and then 3 straight singles. Then was able to retire. Esquivel swings and misses at the first offering. Nice fastball low in the zone. So it'll be 0-1. Cristinzio sets. Brings the glove to his belly, reaches back and fires. It's a fastball low. 1-1 now. For Esquivel, the St. Mary's man. Only played in 14 games this spring, but his sophomore year hit .270 in 23 games. The 1-1 fastball high. Goes for another ball. Esquivel steps in. Trying to be the leadoff man on base. Cristinzio sets and delivers. Esquivel rips this one deep into left field. Ryland going back, and it's off the wall. He misplays it, which allows Esquivel to stand up into 2nd with a leadoff double.
Good for Esquivel to get off the schneid a little bit. Going 0 for 2 in this game, get caught stealing, and then hit a double.
Absolutely great piece of hitting there. Turns the lineup over for Trey Johnson, power hitting outfielder. Johnson had a single in the 3rd. Otherwise, he is 1 for 3 today. Was 1 for 4 yesterday with another single. Drove in a run. Just finished his freshman year at Skyline College. First offering from Cristinzio, breaking ball low. Another lefty-lefty matchup here against the left-handed heavy Crawdad lineup. Dylan Hillman lurking on deck. Cristinzio's 0-1 is low. Excuse me, the 1-0. 2 balls now, no strikes. Johnson hit .331 in 41 games this spring. 13 extra bases, 38 runs batted in. The 2-0, nice fastball clips the lower 3rd. 2-1 count. Esquivel at 2nd in scoring position. Nobody out here in the top of the 6th. Cristinzio fires the 2-1. Popped up over to Latimer at 3rd. Makes the play near foul territory. was fair for the first out. I'll bring up Hillman, the shortstop. Had a single earlier in the third. Struck out in the first and then grounded out to short to lead off last inning. One down here in the top of the sixth. Esquivel still over at second. Crescenzio looks back and delivers fastball, flared up the middle. Jeremiah fields it and throws to first in time for the second out. Esquivel does move to third. So now there's two down quickly for Casey Levitt McGee.
It's kind of hard when you get that leadoff double. Two quick, lazy outs. Crawdads need to find their pitch and be a little more patient.
Levitt McGee, the Laney College man, wrapped up his sophomore year about a month ago. Hit .385 in 43 games. Swings at the first offering from Crescenzio, fouls it back, 0-1. Esquivel with decent speed over at third, so they don't have to do a whole lot to drive him in, bring this game a run closer. Levitt McGee, 0 for 2 today, 2 strikeouts and a walk. The 0-1 from Crescenzio. Fastball finds the zone, 0-2. Levitt McGee went 1 for 3 yesterday. Single and 2 walks. Could use a base hit here. Crescenzio sets, kicks and fires the 0-2. Breaking ball just low. Winchell does a nice job bringing it back up on the frame, but doesn't get the call. So it'll be 1-2 for Levitt McGee, who's heading to Cal State Bakersfield in the fall. Committed in December. The 1-2 from Crescenzio. Fastball makes its way into the dirt. Ball 2. Riley Leininger, the third baseman, waiting on deck for the Crawdads. Singled last inning in the 5th. Levitt McGee steps in. Crescenzio readies, and the 2-2. Fastball clips the lower third. Levitt McGee just looks at it and ends the inning on the strikeout looking. So we'll head to the bottom of the 6th. The Merchants looking to extend the lead even further. Welcome back to the bottom of the 6th inning here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Alameda Merchants up 7-4 here, trying to increase that lead and win the series against the Crawdads. The first series of CCL play for both teams. Jace Jeremiah, the shortstop, looming. He'll take the batter's box from the right side against the lefty, Colin Nowacek.
Now batting number 3.
Nowacek in relief has been pretty solid so far. Took over from Delaney, limited some damage, allowed 1 run last inning. Otherwise, he's been clean. Gets set, kicks and fires. Fastball just misses the zone. Little high, 1-0. Nebraska lefty kicks, and the 1-0. Another fastball just high. Cornhuskers place Noachik here with the Crawdads and head coach Brant Cummings to develop this summer as he fires the 2-0 in there, swing and a miss. Jeremiah couldn't catch up. Jeremiah, the St. John's man, 2 for 3 today, 2 singles, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth. Trying to get something going here to lead off the 6th. The 2-1 pitch, nice off speed, finds the zone, 2-2. Noachik looking for the put away. Gets the call from Clisby. And delivers, swing and a miss. Got him with the off speed. Nice swinging strikeout. That'll bring up the catcher, Riley Winchell.
Good job mixing some off-speed and heater stuff. Lead off the inning. Noachik done a pretty good job at eating up innings outside of giving up that 1 run.
Winchell gets set. Noachik waiting for him on the mound, turns and fires. Swing and a miss. Off-speed stuff low in the zone, has caught 3 straight swinging misses, Casey.
Yeah, really working for him on deception. It has that late break we've seen so far.
Lefty sets, and the 0-1. This time a fastball belted into shallow left field, and it's down for a base hit. McGee had no chance at it, neither did Leininger over at third. Winchell, a 1-out knock, and Caleb Latimer will come to the plate. Latimer had that 2 RBI double back in the third, and then a grounder to shortstop. Allowed another run to score. So he's got 3 on the day. Trying to add to that total. He's got a man aboard to work with. First offering from Noachik. Finds the zone. Nice fastball. Noachik, a 2-time state champion in Nebraska during his high school days as a junior and a senior. Kicks and fires the 0-1. Big swing and miss on the off-speed stuff low in the zone. 2 strikes to Latimer, no balls.
A lot of places you can go here on the 0-2.
Noachik looks over to first and tries for the put away. Slapped foul down the third base line. Latimer keeps himself alive. Winchell had a decent lead over at first, but Noachik looking right at him, keeping him close enough. Noachik kicks, fires, swing and a miss. Got him with the breaking ball.
Solid inning so far for Noachik. Working that low breaking ball stuff and making the Merchants look silly on it.
Indeed. Making quick work of the bottom of the Merchant order. Noah Smallwood, the 9-hitter up now. 2 strikeouts and a walk today. After a pinch hit appearance yesterday, went 0 for 1, struck out there as well. Takes the first pitch from Noachik low and in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. Noachik sets and delivers. High fastball, swing and miss. 1-2. Excuse me, 1-1. Smallwood readies himself, puts the bat over his shoulder. Noachik fires it in there. Just high, 2-1. 1 fastball locates, the other misses. Slightly behind in the count now. Noachik on the 2-1. Swing and a miss, off speed, middle of the zone. Count evens, 2 apiece, 2 down. Smallwood over at first. Noachik trying to give the Crawdads a clean inning. Haven't had one of those in a while. Here's the 2-2. Off-speed pitch in the dirt. Full count now. Noachik pickoff over at first. Not in time. Smallwood, the most recently of Coalinga. Swing and miss on the fastball there from Noah Chick. Finally, the Crawdads record a swing, and we'll head to the top of the 7th where they get a chance to attack back and add to their deficit. We'll be right back here on the streaming network. Welcome back to the top of the 7th inning. Crawdads down by 3, but they're at bat now. Trying to cut the deficit to the Alameda Merchants. Riley Leininger will lead off the inning, playing third base today. But a new pitcher for the Merchants, that's Jackson Garcia, the right-hander from Chabot College. Currently a rising junior. In his sophomore campaign this spring, 11 appearances, 1-1 with a 6.75 ERA. So he'll have his work cut out for him with Leininger, Clisby, and Ewens up next. Lefty, righty, lefty. And then Cam Taylor and Sam Jenkins after that. 2 more lefties. Leininger stepping into the box. Garcia gets ready on the rubber. The 5'10", 185 righty gets the call from Winchell. Turns and delivers. Fastball just low. 1-0 count for Leininger. The former Oklahoma man just entered the portal after not seeing any action with the Sooners this spring. Garcia delivers and Leininger fouls it off. 1-1 now. No, 0-2. Excuse me. Looks like missed the first pitch of the at-bat. Was a strike. So the 0-2 from Garcia. Off speed, just high. Leininger lays off. Riley 1 for 3 today with a single. That was back in the 5th. Garcia gets the call from Winchell. Turns, kicks, and deals the 0-2. Just misses. One and 2 count. Garcia on the 1-2. Leininger, high pop fly into shallow left field. Ryland coming up and makes the squeeze. Quick fly out to left. And here's Brandon Clisby, the catcher. He also has a single. 2 singles, matter of fact. One of them drove in a run. That was back in the 3rd. Flew out before that to right field. That was back in the 2nd. So Clisby, pretty productive offensive day, working with 1 down here in the top of the 7th. Garcia's first offering swung at and fouled back. Clisby lost his bat. He'll go pick it up, inspect it for any damage, but it looks like he can use it still. Either way, Garcia, the Chabot man, has got him in an 0-1 hole. Clisby readies, whirls the bat around. And here's Garcia's 0-1. Fastball finds the zone on the lower third, 0-2 count for Clisby, the New Mexico State catcher. Didn't play this spring. Garcia's 0-2. Swing and a miss on the high cheese. Got him. And quickly, Crawdads are down with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. They're still down 3 runs.
Yeah, I haven't really been able to muster much since that 5th inning. Even then, I mean, had a lot of base runners and just couldn't carry that over. Offense still kind of in a little bit of a hole.
So here's the lefty, John Ewens, playing first base. Takes the first offering for a strike, 0-1. Ewens had the hit in the 5th, was hit by a pitch in the 3rd, struck out in the 2nd, so he's 1 for 2 on the day. Garcia's 0-1. Swing and a foul ball backwards. Ewens down 0-2.
Quick 0-2 hole. Crawdads need to be patient. Been able to keep the Merchants efficient pitching-wise.
The Baylor lefty gets ready. Garcia gets the call from Winchell. Turns and delivers on the 0-2. Swing and foul ball hits Winchell in the foot. He'll walk it off, but Ewens just stays alive off the end of the bat. $11 games at Baylor this spring for Ewens. 4 of them were starts. 3 runs batted in, 3 hits. Struck out 6 times and walked twice. Garcia looking for a put away. Turns and deals the 0-2 again. High fastball misses the zone. 1-2. Ewens with a good eye there. Garcia's 1-2. Ewens grounds it foul down the first base side. Hits the Crawdad dugout. Things have calmed down in the last inning and a half, Casey. Not much action, not much talk from either dugout. The 1-2 fouled back. Ewens fighting for his life up there.
Yeah, not much energy. Like, it feels like the Crawdads had that early rally. Saw them score in the 2nd and 3rd, but it's just been a lot of lazy fly balls ever since.
Garcia with the 1-2 once more. Swing and a foul ball backwards. Ewens continues to fight. Ewens technically a rising redshirt sophomore. Redshirted in his true freshman year. That was the spring of 24. He was injured, so able to use that medical redshirt. Garcia delivers the 1-2. Just misses on the breaking ball. It was a hair low. 2-2 now.
Not a bad frame job from Winchell, but didn't get home plate umpire David Lee to go.
No, he's been pretty good at framing all day long, frankly, Casey. Got quite a few strikes with it. Garcia gets the call. And the 2-2. Swing and a dropped 3rd strike. Ewens hustling down to first base, but it's not in time. Winchell picks it up and throws to Gomez at first for the final out of the first half of the 7th. So we'll go back to the second half of this frame. Don't go anywhere. We'll have it right here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Welcome back to the bottom of the 7th inning. Crawdads trailing by 3 against the Alameda Merchants, and it's a new pitcher for Walnut Creek, Braden Barnes, the rising junior from Arizona State. In the exhibition game on Wednesday against Berkovich Honors, he had 2 scoreless innings of relief to end the game.
And they go with the third lefty in a row out of the bullpen, starting with Delaney, now with Barnes.
Barnes was once the number 14 overall prospect in Arizona. Last year only appeared in 2 games for the Sun Devils, 27 ERA, 3 hits, 1 strikeout, 1 walk.
Now batting number 20.
He's got a nice high 80s fastball, tries to work in change-up and a good breaking ball as well. He'll face Dominic Nahar. First offering, fastball up in the zone, it's a strike. Nahar 1 for 3 today with a walk and an RBI single. Barnes kicks and deals the 0-1, it's low. His fastball's got some nice shape to it out of that 3/4 arm delivery. Makes it a 1-1 count. Barnes delivers, swing and a miss. 3 straight fastballs. 2 of them have worked. Barnes trying to limit the damage, get another couple of quiet innings for the Merchants, give his team a shot at taking this lead. But Nahar says no thank you. He'll flare one out to shallow right field for another base hit. That's his 5th base hit in 2 games, Casey. He has been a monster in the leadoff role.
Just not going away, setting the table so well for Alameda. The team as a whole just not going away. They haven't been sat down 1, 2, 3 all game.
Wow, impressive stuff. Now Ben Ryland, the left-handed outfielder from Oklahoma State. 1 for 1 day, 3 walks and a single. First offering from Barnes is high.
Barnes has a nice release. You can hear the speed on his pitches as well.
Barnes picks off Nahar. It's not in time, though. So he'll walk back to the mound. Put his heel against the rubber. Brings the ball and his glove to the chest. Pick off again. Nahar went stealing, and now he's caught in a pickle. Esquivel running him down over to Ewens. Ewens flips it over to Hillman as Nahar leaves the base path, and they get him on the out. Nice trickery there from the Crawdads. Neutralizing the speed threat and getting the first out.
Good job there from Barnes to be aware of Nahar taking a big lead. Just dead in his tracks after that.
So it's still a 1-0 count to Ben Ryland, but now there's nobody aboard and 1 down. Barnes recovers with a nice fastball up in the zone, 1-1. Ryland, usually a very patient man in the box. Doesn't swing unless he really likes it. The 1-1 way high. Another fastball misses for Barnes. He's been inconsistent so far with it, Casey. The fastball specifically, I mean.
Yeah. Seems like he got rattled a little bit after that single.
The 2-1 from Barnes. Swing and a miss on some high cheese. He goes back to it. At least his confidence is not shaken in the pitch. Sun Devil man, formerly an all-CCL reliever last year with the Crawdads. Fires the 2-2 just outside. Makes it a full count for Ben Ryland. Ryland with the bat above his left shoulder. Barnes kicks, delivers the payoff. Strike 3 looking. Blows a fastball by him, and Ryland just frozen. So 2 down, bottom of the 7th. Cy Turner, the right fielder, up to bat now.
Number 0, Jack Bollinger.
Oh no, we're going to get a substitution, matter of fact. Jack Bollinger, another outfielder, is in instead of Cy Turner. Bollinger goes to Westmont College, steps into the batter's box, and rips one into the outfield. That's into right field. Coming all the way down is Jenkins with a fantastic play. Make sure the out, and Barnes finally sends him down technically. 1, 2, 3. Only 3 batters faced. So we'll head to the top of the 8th. The Crawdads with another crack at it right here on the streaming network. Welcome back to the top of the 8th here on the Crawdad streaming network. Alameda Merchants up 7-4 on the Dads. Leading off for Walnut Creek, Cam Taylor, the designated hitter today, is 1 for 2. He had a single in the second, then a strikeout swinging in the third, and a walk in the fifth. He's facing Jackson Garcia, the right-hander, in his second inning of work. Sent the Crawdads down in order. 4, 5, 6 in the 7th. A fly out and 2 strikeouts. So Taylor steps in, the former Eastern Kentucky man, now in the portal. Takes Jackson's first offering low. Ball 1. Taylor played in 15 games with Eastern Kentucky this spring, hit 115. Before that was fantastic as he takes a high fastball, 2-0. Played at Andrew College in 2024, his redshirt freshman year. Played in 54 games and hit 344, 9 home runs, 12 doubles, 5 triples. He was electric. Now working with a 2-0 count. Garcia kicks and fires. That one's in the dirt, 3-0 for the lefty Cam Taylor. Garcia resets himself, readjusts his glove on the left hand, puts the ball into it, hovering the glove above his face, kicks and fires, and that's ball 4, a 4-pitch walk for Cam Taylor to bring up Sam Jenkins, the man who homered in the second inning to get the party started for Walnut Creek.
That's how you start a rally. Get some good eyes on those not close pitches and bring up part of the order that by and large has been pretty productive today. Jenkins a homer and then Esquivel a 9-hole with a double.
Indeed. Jenkins, the second Baylor man on this Crawdad roster. Garcia fires the first pitch, and it's low. 1-0. Casey, it looks like Garcia doesn't quite have the same command he displayed in his first inning in the 7th.
Yeah, still trying to find that strike zone. Hasn't been close here.
The 1-0. High fastball. Jenkins lays off. 2-0 count. And we're going to get brief conference between Riley Winchell, the catcher, and Jackson Garcia on the bump. Jenkins, the speed power threat in the corner outfield. Guy Coach Cummings thinks has fantastic potential. We talked to him earlier this week. Did not play for Baylor this spring, but in his senior year at Trinity Christian Academy, hit 320, 19 RBIs. Garcia gets ready. Has the call. And the 2-0 is high. 3 balls, no strikes on Sam Jenkins with Cam Taylor looming over at first.
7 straight balls from Garcia.
Perhaps we'll get a strike here, or maybe it'll be 8. Garcia from the stretch, the 3-0. Finally finds a strike. but it's elevated fastball. Now Jenkins working the 3-1 count. Garcia kicks and deals. That's in the dirt. Ball 4. 2 straight walks. Chris Esquivel up now. Doubled to lead off the 7th, but the Crawdads couldn't do anything with it. Or the 6th, excuse me. And we're going to get a mound visit. TC Fairfield, the head coach of the Merchants, coming out. There is action in the Merchant bullpen, so this could be it for Garcia.
See if it's just one of those quick conferences Fairfield has had a few times with his pitchers, or looks like there's a sidearm throwing righty in the bullpen for Alameda.
I think it might just be a conference. That could be Will Marriott, who faced the Crawdads as part of the Anchors, the Alameda Anchors, on Thursday. Another sidearm throwing righty. In any case, there will be no substitution here. Garcia will get the opportunity to continue playing here. Chris Esquivel, the 9-hitter up. Nobody out here in the top of the 8th. 2 runners aboard. That's Cam Taylor at second and Sam Jenkins over at first, both with plenty of speed. Esquivel, 1 for 2 today, a walk, the double, and a ground out to short. It was 0 for 4 yesterday. Garcia's first offering to the righty. In there for a strike. Garcia gets the call from Winchell. From the stretch, Esquivel flips this one over Garcia's head, running it out, and he's safe on the infield single. Cam Taylor has to dive back to third on the throw from the first baseman Gomez, but everybody is safe. The lineup turns over for Trey Johnson. There's nobody out. The Crawdads have an opportunity to get back in this game.
Now batting number 16, Trey Johnson.
Johnson 1 for 4 today. The single in the third. Was 1 for 4 yesterday with an RBI single. And another single would do just fine, Casey. Doesn't need to flash anything else. Garcia's first offering to the lefty. High ground ball gets through. Smallwood can't field it cleanly. Taylor's going to come home. Jenkins on the run. He's in at home safely. Johnson moves to second. And Esquivel over to third. So the Crawdads strike back. It's a 1-run game, Casey.
That's a
6 to 7.
Inning. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a weird play, too, because it really just ate up Smallwood. Looked like a tailor-made double play in the making, but went under his glove and got a whole new ball game.
Yeah, I think that's a single just because of the way the ball bounced so strangely in the infield. Either way, Dylan Hillman up now. 1 for 4 today as well, singled in the third. He's got runners at second and third. No one out in the top of the 8th. Hillman takes a crack at Jackson's first offering, fouls it back. The big man, Casey Levitt-McGee, looming on deck. So it'll be 0-1 for Hillman. Garcia gets the call from Winchell. And works from the stretch on the 0-1. Hillman fouls it off. Back towards the first base side, well out of play. But it's 0-2. No potential for a forced-out double play. Definitely helps the Crawdads here. 2 men in scoring position. Hillman gets ready. Garcia's 0-2 is high.
You have to think the Merchants would throw home here. See the first and third baseman both with their toes on the grass.
Yep, infield is in for Hillman, the College of San Mateo man. Hit .426 in 44 games this spring in his freshman year. Garcia kicks, fires the 1-2, swing and a miss. Hillman goes down on strikes. So now there's 1 down in the top of the 8th. And it's the lefty, Casey Levitt-McGee. At the moment, it looks like Garcia is going to get the go-ahead. No, we're going to get a late mound visit from head coach T.C. Fairfield. He signals the bullpen, and I think that's going to do it for Jackson Garcia's day.
Tough inning for him. Crawdads able to rally back. Still out hitting Alameda 10 to 8.
Indeed they are. New pitcher jogs over to the mound. He will relieve Garcia. But Casey, this is still a fantastic opportunity for the Crawdads. Only 1 down and 2 on.
Huge opportunity, especially now the season's started. Losing both exhibition games, losing the first CCL game yesterday. Could be huge.
So now Cole Airhorn, the right-hander from Los Medanos College, will take the hill. Just wrapped up his freshman season, where he started 12 games, or excuse me, appeared in 12 games, 1 start, 6.75 ERA, and 14 2/3 innings pitched. He's got his work cut out for him. The heart of the Crawdads order up next. All of them lefties. Or no, excuse me. Levitt, McGee, Leininger lefties. They're due up. Then you get Clisby the righty. Ewens, Taylor, Jenkins, should they see at-bats, all lefties. Airhorn struggled a little bit at Los Medanos this past spring. 12 walks to just 7 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .302 against him with 4 extra base hits. Clearly the Merchants trust him in the high leverage situation. He was listed earlier as the potential closer when we got the lineup cards. So potentially a 5-out save here. If he could wing it, that would be massive for the Merchants to remain undefeated. Crawdads trying to get their first win of the 2025 season.
Yeah, it'd be huge. CCL North looking really competitive to this point, and Crawdads really don't want to go down 0-2.
Levitt McGee, the Bakersfield commit, steps in. Has hit well over .380 in each of his first 2 seasons at Laney College. Locally here in Alameda. First offering from Airhorn is low. Tried the fastball, but didn't locate it. Levitt McGee, 22 extra base hits this spring, 17 of which were doubles. Gets ready. Airhorn's 1-0. Just inside, missed the fastball again. So it's a 2-ball count for Levitt McGee. And Casey, if you're at bat in this situation, what are you looking for these next 2 pitches?
I mean, McGee struck out 3 times today, so got to be patient. Wait for your pitch.
Airhorn sets, kicks and deals to 2-0. Levitt McGee slaps this one over to short. Jeremiah fields cleanly, throws to Gomez at first in time, but Esquivel scores on the sac grounder. So Levitt McGee does his job, and the Crawdads have tied the game. 2 down. Riley Leininger up next now. Still Johnson over at second, so they have an opportunity to take the lead. Leininger steps in for the fresh at-bat. Airhorn's first offering finds the zone. 0-1, excuse me. Airhorn gets the call. Looks back to Johnson at second. Kicks and fires the 0-1. It's way outside. 1-1 count for Leininger, the former Oklahoma man. The 1-1. Leininger belts this one into deep right center. And Nahar goes back, gets it at the warning track. That'll conclude the top of the 8th, but not before the Crawdads score 3 and tie the ball game, Casey. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th, where Braden Barnes will have an opportunity to hold the Merchants scoreless. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the bottom of the 8th here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. It's a tie ball game, 7-7. The Alameda Merchants trying to retake this lead, and they'll give the opportunity to Emmett Finney. Pinch hitting at designated hitter, takes the first offering from Braden Barnes, low. Finney went 3 for 3 yesterday, a home run, 2 singles, and 2 walks. Barnes recovers with a nice fastball for a strike, 1-1. Righty-lefty matchup, Barnes with a slight disadvantage. Fires the 0-1 high and in. It's a ball. Finney, the San Jose State man, only appeared in 4 games there this spring, but had 2 great years in the junior college ranks. Barnes 2-1, finds an inside strike. 2-2 now for the big bat Finney, who played for the Crawdads last year. His first year with the Merchants. The 2-2 fouled back, and they'll do it again. Casey, in this situation, if you're Barnes, how are you trying to get this put out?
Just try to pitch low in the zone, get a ground out against a guy who can elevate it.
Barnes fires the 2-2, swing and a miss. Nasty curveball.
It was a silly swing. It kind of didn't know if we want to go to round or not, and good job from Barnes with the deception.
Fabian Gomez, the first baseman today, up to bat. 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk today for the UC Santa Barbara commit. Just graduated high school. Barnes' first offering to the big lefty is high and away. 1 ball. Barnes toes the rubber and the 1-0. Swing and fouled back into the bleachers. 1-1. Gomez, a graduate of Clayton Valley High School over in Concord. Against the ASU man, Barnes. Swing and a broken bat. Leininger fields it at third, flips to Ewens at first in time for the second out of the 8th.
Bat snapped directly in half.
Nasty pitch from Barnes in on the hands, able to force the broken bat. So Jace Jeremiah, the shortstop, up to bat now. St. John's man has had a productive 2-game stretch against the Crawdads. Yesterday, 2 for 5, 3 runs batted in on a double and a single. And today, 2 singles, strikeout, and a ground out. First offering from Barnes on the righty is in for a strike, 0-1. Barnes kicks, deals the 0-1, and it's high. Ball 1 of this at-bat. 2 down in the bottom of the 8th. Barnes trying to keep it scoreless. Give his team 1 more shot in the top of the 9th. Swing and a miss on the high cheese. Barnes has Jeremiah right where he wants him, Casey. What do you think he goes to on this next pitch?
Saw him go kind of inside on that last at-bat to get the bunch out. We'll see.
1-2, swing and a miss on the off-speed stuff, low and away. Fantastic 1-2-3 inning from Braden Barnes. And now the Crawdads will take 1 more hack in the top of the 9th. We'll see if they can take the lead on the Merchants right after this. Welcome back to the top of the ninth. We've got a tie ball game between the Walnut Creek Crawdads and the Alameda Merchants here at Pat Bailey Field at the College of Alameda. Crawdads up to bat. They've got an opportunity to take this lead. And here's the designated hitter, or excuse me, the catcher in the 5-hole, Brandon Clisby. Clisby 2 for 4 today, 2 singles, 1 run batted in. Trying to get things going against Cole Airhorn. First offering goes for a strike. Airhorn's last inning in relief of Jackson Garcia was able to get the final outs. Kicks, fires the 0-1. Finds the zone, nice off-speed stuff there. And quickly, Clisby in a hole. New Mexico State man gets himself ready in the box. Airhorn just wrapped up at Los Medanos. Kicks and deals. Clisby fouls it backwards. He'll stay alive, 0-2. Clisby, the man from Monte Vista High School, played where the Crawdads will play their home game starting tomorrow. Airhorns 0-2. Strike 3 looking. Nice breaking ball. Catches Clisby in a stunned state.
Yeah, froze him on the breaking ball. It was a nice location. Sat down Clisby for second time.
So John Ewens up to bat, the power hitting first baseman. Had a hit in the 5th. Otherwise is 1 for 3 today. Hit by pitch and 2 strikeouts swinging. Face the righty Airhorn. First offering belted into right field. If it's fair ball, it's at least a single. Ewens turning for second. He'll get in there standing. A nice 1-out double, for the big man John Ewens from Baylor.
Turned on that one really nicely. Pulling it down the line and now giving Cam Taylor, been on base 3 times, a chance to drive him in.
Yeah, Cam Taylor has been fantastic, like you mentioned today, Casey. Single in the 2nd, a walk in the 5th, and a walk last inning to get the party started that allowed the Crawdads to tie this thing up. Ewens at 2nd, 1 down here in the top of the 9th. Airhorn from the stretch. Outside, 1-0 on Taylor. Taylor searching for his 4th college now. 1 season at Florence Darlington Tech, 1 at Andrew College, and 1 at Eastern Kentucky. Takes the 2nd offering low, 2-0. And Casey Taylor's been great in these 2-0 counts.
Yeah, he has. Been really patient at the plate today and want to find his pitch here.
Airhorn looks back to Ewens at 2nd. Kicks and fires the 2-0. Check swing. Did he go? Yes. So Taylor with a 2-1 count now. Nine home runs, 12 doubles, and 5 triples in that 2024 season for Taylor. Airhorn's 2-1 is low. 3-1 count. Taylor with a nice discipline laying off.
Already been walked twice today in his last 2 plate appearances.
Airhorn in danger of allowing 2 base runners now. Here's the 3-1. Just misses on the off speed. Taylor with his 3rd walk of the day, and now Sam Jenkins. He's been the story of the game, Casey. Got things going with that 2-run homer in the top of the 2nd. He walked in the 8th in order to advance a couple runners. And now he's got a prime opportunity against the righty Airhorn. Airhorn looks back to Ewens at 2nd. Kicks and deals from the stretch. It's low, ball 1. No action in the Merchants bullpen right now, so this inning is all Airhorn for the time being. The 1-0 to Jenkins. Baylor man swings and fouls it back, 1-1.
Airhorn can just hardly find the zone right now. Lucky to get that strike, bring the count back even.
Airhorn getting the call from Winchell, his catcher. Brings his glove to his belly. Kicks and delivers. Just inside, misses the fastball, 2-1. Jenkins will step back in the left-handed batter's box. Bring the bat over his left shoulder. Air horns 2-1. Swing and a miss. Jenkins out in front of the fastball, 2-2.
He was way early on that. He wanted it. Could tell, but set it on 2-2. We'll see what he has.
Airhorn looking for a huge put away here. 2 aboard. 1 down in the top of the 9th. The 2-2. Jenkins swings and fouls it off to the third base side, well out of play, above the Merchants dugout. And they'll go right back to it. This 2-2 dance. Airhorn from Brentwood, California, trying to get out this big Texan, Jenkins from Baylor. Swing and a foul ball on the 2-2. Jenkins just gets a piece to stay alive. Casey, how do you approach this incoming pitch?
Swing if you like it, don't if you don't, because it's a 2-2 count. Got to be patient here with the situation in hand.
Airhorn collects, kicks and deals. Just outside, Jenkins lays off. Full count. And Airhorn in danger of walking the bases loaded for the Merchants. Airhorn looks back, and the payoff. Swing and a chopper to second base. The flip to second base is not even close. Smallwood sails it overhead, and the Crawdads take a lead. John Ewens goes to third and comes home. Walnut Creek leads 8-7 here in the top of the 9th.
Smallwood's been a defensive liability today. Had that ball go under his glove a couple innings ago that allowed Crawdads to rally, and then there with a costly error. Shouldn't have thrown a second.
So now there's going to be second and third with just 1 out for Chris Esquivel. Esquivel turning in a nice day today, 2 for 3, a double and a single. Now trying to knock in a couple more runners, add some insurance to this lead for the Crawdads. Airhorn's first offering, low and outside, 1-0. Cam Taylor over at third. Sam Jenkins, the man on second. Esquivel, the second baseman, ready. Airhorns 1-0, swing and a big cut. It's a miss, 1-1. Esquivel, the St. Mary's man, trying to get something to go. Airhorns 1-1. Off-speed pitch, just misses the zone, 2-1. Esquivel started his career at San Diego, then transferred to St. Mary's. Hit .270 as a sophomore. The 2-1, it's low, 3-1. Cole Airhorn has not been able to find the strike zone so far in the 9th, Casey.
No, command has not been there. Still nobody in the bullpen.
The 3-1. Got the strike. Esquivel didn't think so. He was about to take first. Top of the lineup for the Crawdads, looming, Trey Johnson. He'll be up next. Airhorns pay off to Esquivel. Swing and a high fly ball into the infield. Gomez, the first baseman, gets under it and snags it. So a pop-up to the 3 spot. Crawdads now with 2 down. Still runners at third and second, and Trey Johnson, the lefty, up to bat. Big center fielder had a 2 RBI single, which brought the game to within 1 in the 8th. Now he's got the chance to be the hero once more. Airhorn's first pitch. A line drive into the gap between left and center field. That's going to score 2 easily. Taylor's across, Jenkins across. Another 2 RBI single for Trey Johnson. And man, Casey, he is the hero today. 4 RBIs on the day.
Huge day for him. Breaking out here in the second game of CCL play. Couldn't ask for more here in the later innings.
It's a 10-7 lead for the Crawdads here in the top of the 9th. And finally, we're going to get some action in the Merchants bullpen, as Dylan Hillman, the righty, is up to bat. He's had a decent day at shortstop today, one single. Johnson takes off from first, and he's in there safely on the stolen bag. His monster day continues.
Throw was nowhere close. Good job there from Johnson.
Hillman did take a strike on that first pitch, so it'll be 0-1. Airhorn kicks, delivers. Off speed, misses the zone, 1-1. Levitt McGee up next. Had the grounder to short to get an RBI across to tie the game in the 8th. The 1-1 to Hillman. Line drive through the gap again between third and short. Johnson comes around easily from second, and Dylan Hillman, an RBI single to extend the lead. The Crawdads are moving, Casey.
Yeah, getting a lead is one thing, but extending like they've been able to do, a comfortable 4-run lead now, huge.
Absolutely.
Now batting number 32, Casey Levitt McGee.
4 runs is fantastic insurance entering the bottom of the 9th, but Crawdads might not be done. Casey Levitt McGee, the 3-hole hitter, up to bat, 2 down. Hillman's over at first. He could still drive in another run. Hillman's got enough speed that all you need is a single, hypothetically. Hillman's going to take off as Levitt McGee belts one into deep center. Nahar gets back and makes the squeeze to finally end the top of the 9th. But not before the Crawdads add 4 runs to take the lead here late in this game in CCL play. We'll be back for the bottom of the 9th and potentially the outcome of this one right after this. Welcome back to the Crawdads Streaming Network. It's the bottom of the 9th, and the Crawdads up for the first time in a long time, 11-7 here on the Alameda Merchants. Braden Barnes, the lefty, entering his 3rd inning of work, trying to close this one out, shut the door on the Merchants. Alameda's going to send up a pinch hitter, Hayden Jung Goldberg, in place of the catcher Riley Winchell. Jung Goldberg, the man from Santa Clara, hitting from the left side. Barnes' first offering, fastball in there for a strike, 0-1. And Casey Barnes has been fantastic, 2 straight 1-2-3 innings.
Yeah.
He's looked on point.
Not surprised they kept him in here. Save some arms.
The 0-1 from Barnes. Another fastball finds the zone, 0-2. Jung Goldberg last year with Santa Clara, 11 games, hit 200. Trying to start a desperate rally here in the bottom of the 9th. Swinging him, hit on the 0-2 over to Esquivel, who was running, tried to throw to first, but bobbled it in transition. So that's going to be an E4 reach for Goldberg. Now there's one aboard here in the bottom of the 9th. Will it be enough to get something started, Casey? Time will tell as Caleb Latimer steps in.
It's going to be a tough play for Esquivel regardless, but couldn't come up with it cleanly.
First offering from Barnes in there for a strike. 0-1. Pickoff attempt at first, no good from Barnes. Ewan's holding Goldberg very close. The 0-1 from Barnes, swing and a miss on a nasty fastball. Home plate umpire David Lee will say it was technically a foul tip into the glove, but anyway, it's 0-2, that's what matters. Barnes from the stretch, the 0-2 high and away. 1-2 count. For Latimer, just finished up at West Hills Coalinga, heading to Oklahoma Baptist in the fall. The 1-2, ball in the dirt gets past Clisby. That allows Jung Goldberg to take second, no problem. And now there's a runner in scoring position with nobody out in the bottom of the ninth.
Don't want to give the Merchants these free opportunities like the Crawdads have done all game.
Definitely a dangerous situation. Barnes wipes off some sweat. Toes the rubber with his left foot. Brings the glove and the ball up to his chest. Kicks and delivers the 2-2. High fastball. Full count. Latimer had a 2 RBI double in the third. Trying to get another knock here. The payoff from Barnes. Swing and a miss. Got him with the fastball.
Barnes' fastball's been so pretty today.
It is a work of art on the mound, absolutely. It's now Noah Smallwood, the second baseman.
Now batting number 4.
3 strikeouts today for Smallwood, 1 walk, and a couple of errors over at second. Jung Goldberg dancing around at second. Barnes doesn't care, fires the first offering, high and away. Call from the dugout to Barnes to stay on top of it. Likely referring to his mechanics. The 1-0. Fastball swing and miss. 1-1 for Smallwood. Barnes gets the call from Clisby behind the dish. Looks back to Jung Goldberg at second. Kicks and delivers, swing and a miss on that fastball. Casey, it is dynamite right now.
Yeah, they can't handle the gas. Too late on it. Testament to how quick that release is from Barnes.
Barnes looking for the put away. The 1-2. Fastball misses the zone this time. It's high. Count evens to 2 apiece. Smallwood, the rising senior from Wasso, Oklahoma. Attends Southern Indiana University. Trying to get his team a knock here with 1 down in the bottom of the ninth. Jung Goldberg at second. The 2-2 from Barnes. Fastball in there on the lower third. Strike 3 looking.
Barnes is dialed in right now. So much command in his arsenal. Makes it look easy.
Indeed, the lineup turns over for the Merchants, but they're down to their final out. Dominic Nahar up. He has 2 singles today, 1 RBI. He's definitely a guy you want up in this situation to get something going. First pitch from Barnes just misses. Righty Nahar has been so lights out for the Merchants. 5 singles in 2 games. Barnes sets for the 1-0. Looks to second, turns, kicks, deals. Fastball too high. 2 balls, no strikes. To Nahar, the Cal State East Bay man. Named the Cal State East Bay Male Freshman Athlete of the Year this spring after hitting .329 in 50 starts. Barnes misses on the 2-0 high again, 3-0 against the dangerous Dominic Nahar.
No reason to not go at him here.
Barnes with the 3-0. Gets a get me over fastball. Strike 1 of this at bat. Barnes, the rising junior Sun Devil. Kicks and delivers the 3-1. Swing and a miss on the fastball. Works the count full. And Nahar and the Merchants down to their final strike. Barnes gets the call from Clisby. Kicks and deals. Nahar slaps it to Esquivel over at second. He fields cleanly, flips to Ewens, and the Crawdads have their first win of the season, 11-7 over the Alameda Merchants. Fantastic effort in the late innings, Casey, to turn a loss into a win. So they'll play again tomorrow for the rubber match at Monte Vista High School, the true home opener for Walnut Creek. Your biggest takeaway from today, Casey?
Late rally. I mean, the Crawdads stuck with it, and they were in a dire situation, brought things back, and it was that 4-run ninth inning, ultimately got it done. Huge for them to come back for the momentum.
Absolutely. So, folks, we thank you so much for tuning in here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Casey Kaslinger, Charlie Limoncelli by your side for all of today. We'll be back tomorrow. Don't miss out. It's going to be a good one right here on the Streaming Network.